Welcome to Holding Action.
Wow.
Yeah, there was all kinds of button pushing happening. Thank you all for basically facilitating all of our best worst moments and all of the fun and chaotic royal of excitement that we have here. I'm going to really quickly try to get caught up. So Cage, if I mispronounce your name, please forgive me. We have a gift sub to kick us off from Cage to RIP Charles Atlas Cavini. One. Damn, Mike. You figure out the internet to do that?
It's not even a legacy account yet.
Yeah, you gonna figure out the internet to do that? Okay, all right. I understand how that is. That's fine. But L coming back now, subscribed 10 months. Mergs for 8 months. Absolutely crushing it. Hollowed for 6 and was lined up outside for tickets, Jones. I'm supposed to let you know.
Right.
So you're gonna have to set that up yourself.
His ass was on the list. He just didn't talk to nobody. But I appreciate the free drink. It
is the thing. Ms. Minikins for 16 months. Holy heck fire. Cage with 500 bits. Ms. Minikins with 300. Mergs with 323 bits. I'm pretty sure that's an encrypted channel. Ms. Minikins with a 5 bomb. And we have plot armor from RIP Charles Atlas Cavini. A weird crossing of streams for L and Marith to get us started. But also KJ with the gifts up to We Are Monsters. Warrior back for 8 months. Fluid for 34. Glad you could join us. Super glad it didn't conflict with your schedule. Cage with the 5 bomb. Miss Minikins with 200 more. Warrior with 500 more. That's back-to-back BBTs. Biddies for the TV. Miss Minikins with 500 as well. KJ with a 10 bomb. Miss Minikins with a 20 bomb. Chat was moving too fast.
That's not going to save you on your new show, right? You can keep doing whatever you want with your mind.
You're trying to buy goodwill, okay? And I feel like you're already doomed. Even still. Cage with a 1 month sub to Push the Button. That's someone we need to talk about getting on the show. We also have Push the Button with Friends. Cage is just making profiles at this point to give sub to, I'm pretty sure. Mergs with 437 bits. Getting close to the rounded number. Our patron saint, the master of the galaxy, Warp Schizo in the house for 100 bitos to close us out on the level 5 hype train. You bunch of absolute animal monsters. What is happening right now? Hey, we're excited. We're going to get into some fun stuff. We're going to pick up where we left off. Oh, but that's sad. Well, we'll get there as we need to. But first, I have a couple quick announcements. We don't have any immediate merch updates, if I understand correctly, yet. Not right now. No? Yes? No, we don't. However, we have like a whole heckfire lot of exciting, amazing, fun stuffs coming up for the purpose of just in general. So, to start, if you are not part of the FreeForge Discord server, the collected umbrella of our platform, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Okay? Get in on that because we have a lot of awesome, amazing, wonderful stuff. We had a ton of people apply to be a part of the content creation team. I believe we have notices for that going out tomorrow. The full cast for Stay Alive was just announced, premiering October 27th. So mark your calendars, call your boss, say, hey, I'm not coming in that night. And they'll be like, you don't work that night. And be like, exactly. And then hang up. Be super cryptic because that's the kind of level you need to be on. So make sure you are there for that. We have our charity event, our Toys for Tots drive starting November the 5th. And we are cutting it down, one, to basically save the sweat and blood that was ripped away from us in June by making it 2 weeks instead of a full month of events. But because y'all are so awesome, I can only imagine we're just going to double up and concentrate the goodness. But we are going for a 2-week charity drive starting November 5th. So start saving now, give to a good cause, call your boss. Also, I need Wednesdays nights off, but please give me a raise so I can contribute to good causes. maybe consider that tack on if you want to do that as well. But make sure you join the FreeForge Discord. Oh, we got some people discovering the commands up in chat there. There's some fun moving parts, some fun pieces in play. There's a little bit of like an ARG situation going on across the FreeForge Twitter and the server, and there's a lot of moving parts and puzzles there. And if I'm given to understand correctly, one person has gotten to like the next step. So anybody who is interested in doing that as well, do look into that. Beyond that, I also make sure that all of our content here and everything that we put together and go through is hopefully both polished, unique, original, and interesting. Fortunately for you, that same level of genius and, in fact, some of the same content can be found on Patreon as well. So if you are interested in supporting the stream, but do not want to do it directly through Twitch for one reason or another, you can also contribute directly to continue to keep the lights on and make good things happen by getting set up at Patreon. So please do that as well. Even if you are supporting us here, you're just like an absolute monster in the chat with your bits and your bombs. Also, you can still do the Patreon if you got it like that. I don't know what your situation is, but
push the money button.
Push the button for the monies. Everything runs on monies because where we are. But we thank you all so much for your amazing, wonderful, incredible contributions. And we are going to be putting together, hopefully, a lot of awesome, fun, interesting things on the heels of what is coming up with the content creation team, new shows coming to the platform, another charity event. We have a lot of stuff going on. So the last thing I will ask you to do, if you can't contribute directly to the show, that is perfectly okay. Not everybody can. Not everybody will be able to. Let your peeps know. Spread the good word. Say, hey, come check out this FreeForge situation. They got puzzles. I don't know what they mean, but like the people are cool. That's basically how I pitch it to anybody.
Push that retweet button.
I pushed the money button, McCall.
Jones, are you balling out here?
Yeah, check this shit out, baby. Look at these. Look at how many singles I got. Bam! So many singles.
Ooh, roll it over. Okay. So Jones is obviously ready to go for November. The rest of y'all, make sure you get in place and make good things happen as well. Beyond that, help make the show run. Thank you for all of the love and support. We do. Hang on. Oh, and Hallowed coming through. The entire party protected now. Echo with the plot armor from Hallowed. So make sure you hold that down. The party is locked in. We will be picking up right where we left off. I don't want to do it. Like, the heart breaks a little bit under the circumstances. But let me make sure my buttons are the correct buttons because... Okay, my buttons are the correct buttons in that regard. So... unless there is nothing else? No? Yes? No? This is holding action. Push your button! Do the button push, man.
Smash it!
Exciting, right? Every time still feels good. It's beneficial. It gets inside you. I'm here for it. Picking up where we left off. The party, in pursuit of a connected thread to a persistent threat that seems to be following Echo since the very beginning of the campaign, the mythical and seemingly rare Fairhearts, a cannibalistic, twisted clan of some kind of supernatural ne'er-do-wells, are now in some ways seemingly connected to the pursuits of the kingdom's young prince, Marcus Arundel, and requesting their assistance in safety for transporting purposes. The party, we'll say, borrowed a chariot of sorts, and with the help of Marcus Arundel, found themselves transported to the Feywild in pursuit of meeting up with Marcus's uncle. a former guardian of the line, an interesting character, and we'll just say fan of tall trees, Walker, or Padir Faerthurn. And upon connecting, ultimately realized that he could in fact help them, but it was likely to continue to be something of an awkward exchange. As the party decided to connect, get a gauge for who they were dealing with, and meet some of Walker's unusual friends, Marith and Terry, bonding in particular, we'll say. Maybe more in a literal sense, but after that took place, the perpetual events of Kavini's dogged pursuit by the Gilded Spear for crimes seemingly ascribed to his actions, being held responsible for the bloodletting, and seemingly being saddled with having taught the Order of the Blood Fountain the magic and spells that they used to lay waste to a great many innocent lives previously. Kavini was a wanted man under the name of Lloyd Sindel. Seeing the impact that the secondary factors of his history were having on the party, seeing the impact and consequences of his proximity to others that he cared about, Kavini had been waning and on the fence for a great while, specifically to determine what his next course of action would be, or whether it is in fact worth it to try and carry on and push forward through this tumultuous stress that he was dealing with. Eventually, through both sacrifice and a bit of negotiation to an extent, the deity of nobility and sacrifice ultimately provided Kavini an opportunity to go back in time, undoing a singular moment to change the course of his potential future. The deity Foreigner removed his illusory pet dog, which meant that he was never adopted, never caught the eye of his parents in the orphanage where he recalls growing up, and unfortunately vanished away. The only remnant of which seemingly a parting gift from Foreigner, seemingly real dog that appeared in the chariot in his stead. The dog itself was discovered as Illyrial, came out of a vision provided to her by the Crown of Ages, wherein she discovered a large construct in a twisted string of memories or illusions, and came out with a similarly corporeal physical item in the form of a small scroll, yet to be investigated. So with Marith casually sat upon one of the interior dragon's tooth of this flying dragon's head chariot, and
Deej,
Echo.
I'm gas.
Oh, that's right, Terry. You can never account for Terry. So Marith somewhere farting behind the chariot's head. Thank you. Sorry.
He's not
Echo.
farting. He is a fart.
Yeah.
Correct. I apologize. So the fart Marith, that is your new class.
Thank you.
Make sure you update your character sheet accordingly. With Echo currently sat upon the bucket seats, waiting for some of the additional events to continue to move forward in her own pursuits, and Illyrial coming out of what appears to be a cacophonous and completely disorienting vision of sorts. You all find yourself devoid both a Kavini and a Marith, in most of the ways that matter. But we'll say, for the sake of continuing on, Echo and L. What happens next?
Did I witness any of Kavini's conversation?
I I'm gonna say ultimately you were seeing him kind of swinging his legs off the back of the flying chariot. You were able to notice it seemed like he was maybe muddling through or talking to himself in some capacity. And as you see El kind of emerging from this vision haze, you do get distracted for the briefest of moments to find maybe a cloud not dissimilar from Marith's momentary disappearance, but in a much more apparitional fade, you see Kavini's form seemingly drift away to nothingness. It would be about that time that at the back of the chariot you see a small dog almost emerge in the reverse fashion and begin running over towards El's leg.
I'm gonna run to where Kavini disappeared from. Like,
I
see
pick
if I
up the
can.
dog.
Yeah, it's a small, white, somewhat curly-haired dog, probably no more than 15-ish pounds, give or take.
Does it look like Max?
It does.
Okay. Max, where'd Kavini go? You don't talk. You're not a dog. Where is Kavini? Al, where's Kavini? I mean, where's Marith, but where's Kavini?
I think he's gone.
What do you mean, gone?
I'm gonna kiss the puppy on the head. I'm gonna pass it to her.
This is a dog.
Yeah, but look at his
No,
collar. He was talking to gods, okay? He was talking to gods, and I told him not to make promises, but he decided to make a promise anyways, and I'm assuming he's just gone. And this is what we got. Maybe as an apology?
he wouldn't just leave.
Don't hurt that dog.
Well, no, I mean, like, this is a dog. Max was, you couldn't pick Max up. He wouldn't.
That's
He
Max.
wouldn't just leave without telling me he was going somewhere.
I think he said he was sorry.
You see Walker kind of spinning the Crown of the Ages through his fingers. He went somewhere, huh? It happens sometimes.
He wouldn't, I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to go with. I didn't get to help.
Yeah. That happens sometimes too.
But he was my guy.
I'm gonna walk over to you and just give you a hug.
He still is. And you see Walker bend down and grab the dog and kind of, oh, look at you. Kind of looks at the name tag. Max. It's a good name for a dog, I guess. You ready, Marcus? Better get moving. I mean, the sun doesn't change, but, you know. And Walker seemingly almost kind of indifferent, or awkwardly unaware.
He wanted to make things right.
Huh?
He wanted to make things right. And made a deal with a god to do it.
That sounds like something he'd do. I just wish he would have something. I'm just gonna go over there. Can I hold Max?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Max and head over to like the bucket seat again and just sit and like stare at Max.
Okay. Walker, seemingly with no interest otherwise, hands over Max without issue and begins moving over towards the central helm within the Dragon's Head chariot.
I'll move closer to Echo with my back turned just so she has privacy, but to try to offer physical nearness, so hopefully she doesn't feel alone. And then Elle takes a few deep breaths and tries to bottle all that up real quick. Where's Marith? How do we get the goat?
That's right. Marith's the goat.
I saw him turn into a cloud, and he just went poof off the back. Any of you boys know?
Marcus kind of steps forward. He was with that Terry. And I think he's coming along.
Deej, am I like Tokyo drifting behind the ship?
So, as it happens, you actually do have a reasonably fast moving speed. In this current circumstance, I believe you have a fly speed of 60. I want to say.
Yeah.
Might
do you want me to look it up?
Actually, it is. No, you have a fly speed of 60.
Whoa.
So you're not as fast as the chariot would be, like at top speed per se, but you can sort of traipse behind it to some extent. But at this point in time, it's not really moving that fast. So
yeah,
all
it's
things
also a very
equal,
weird experience having all your outsides and your insides be floaty water. So
bit of a scattered mess, yeah.
Mm.
But as the awkwardness of both Walker, which seems purposeful, and the unintentional awkwardness of Marcus begin to kind of coalesce near the central control column for the chariot, you see Marcus kind of give a little nod towards Walker, who's just kind of like leaning on it, almost staring at Echo and Elle. Are we good? I'm sorry, I don't really know what to say in these circumstances. I killed my own sister once, if that helps.
It doesn't, but I appreciate you trying.
Okay.
Just say I'm
right.
sorry for your loss.
I am sorry for your loss. That is unfortunate.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've died a few times too, so it's anyway. Well, if most of us are here, we can get a move on then.
I mean, I think we're still traveling, right? We're still moving forward. Where are we going?
Well, Terry, I think, is going to be a little occupied for a moment, but I think your friend
Where did he go? I've forgotten. I've been dealing with some deals.
He had jumped out of the chariot second time after Marith went super wild and took his concoction of whatever. So Terry just kind of vanished, and it didn't seem to affect Walker maybe in the least, but neither did Kavini's disappearance, and it seems as if maybe those kinds of random one-off disappearances are probably something of a slight norm around Terry, but all things being equal, Walker doesn't seem immediately put off by any of it, so...
I was just trying to not feel anything because there's just a lot of going on. There's shit that needs to be done. And she's gonna pull out her notebook and her pencil. So Walker, tell me something about yourself. And did you ever teach classes or lectures at the colleges?
All right, so we are good then. Let me start with a more interesting story. One time, and you see him begin to crank down on the side horns of the control mechanism and begins describing to you a series of events which led him to receive a makeover where his hair was dyed blue and some weird reference to a small room or portal that dumped bodies into a sewer that functioned in some weird, mysterious way, and probably not an altogether coherent story and circumstance. But as he's continuing to move forward, the unease of the rapid movement of the chariot itself doesn't seem to be quite as apparent as it had been previously. Acclimating to the process and ultimately moving towards a persistent dusk that never seems to grow in luminescence or dim into night. And as you are traveling along, Walker tells you a series of stories that don't really make much sense to you in many ways. And every question you ask is also met with some remnant explanation of this other thing he was reminded of that still doesn't quite cut to anything that you had really asked about in earnest.
I'm still loving it every minute. Give me it. I'm gonna just keep diving into information and get a little frustrated that my questions aren't being answered, but also too interested in the new things he's bringing up. Like, all right. But do you think I would look good with blue hair?
I honestly think it works for everybody I've seen it on. So.
Oh. Nice.
Give it a go. See how that treats you. I know some people, actually. If we link up with them. It's not important. We don't want to go...
I'm gonna do this and have her hair change to a blue color. Did it look like this color?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. It was comparable, but like still different. You don't have enough garnishment. It's fine.
Maybe we can find garnishment later.
As you're continuing to travel forward, probably for like the better part of a half hour, you see him point towards a portion of the skyline that seems entirely black, almost like night kind of descending from up above at a very thin opacity before becoming pitch black off in the distance as you continue to fly towards this duskward direction. He says, "Don't go that way. That's the wrong way."
Why?
They just get really big and really powerful over there, and that's like, you don't want that. I've had a situation. Anyway.
What kind of big and powerful over there? That might be why we're here.
Well, you know, the king died, like, nearly killed me and two of my friends. It was a whole thing. Like, I just don't recommend it, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, maybe we just leave that alone for right now. Besides, I think we're almost there.
Where are we going?
Continues flying forward and eventually comes to a bit of a slow crawl. Marith, in your sort of spindly, twisted tornado form, as the chariot begins to slow and move forward, you are able to cover ground and catch up with it. Ultimately able to almost kind of smoke screen your way back in through the rear entry portion of the chariot right about the same time that the spell's duration comes to an end. And kind of become corporeal again as you coalesce, and this kind of dewy drip of Marith begins to appear and emerge as this cloud coalesces within the interior of the chariot.
Go down on one knee, and bomb pop type color and texture kind of leaks out of my face a little bit. Oh, holy shit. Kavini, I was smoke.
Marith, wait. Kavini wasn't...
What?
You?
No, why would he be with me? Fuck, I was smoke.
I thought...
I'm gonna kneel down with him and give him a hug.
Oh, why are you hugging me? It's because I was smoke?
I was actually just with you.
No.
Kavini's gone.
You got snatched by something?
A god.
Oh.
We've got a dog now, though.
You get turned into a dog?
I don't think so.
Pick Max up and be like, "Are you Kavini?"
Dog just kind of sort of looking at you intently, not having any clue what you're trying to say or interact with it.
Doesn't smell like Kavini.
It probably wouldn't, no.
When we were at the temple, I overheard him having a conversation with someone he called a deity. And I told him not to make promises or deals, and I think he did.
Yeah, well, he made a promise and a deal with us. All right, well.
Are our memories changed at all from, like, what we know history to be or anything like that?
They don't appear to be.
Shit. Good. Well, good for him.
Hey, Marcus and Walker, do you guys know the name Lloyd Sindel?
I'm sorry, what do you mean? Do I know the name?
Yeah, have you ever heard it before?
I don't personally know any Lloyds. Sindel doesn't sound an entirely uncommon name, maybe from the Northern Isles or somewhere above the Maglaces. Difficult to say. Ragonian, maybe? Are you
Is
looking...
the Order of the Blood Fountain a thing?
What do you mean, a thing?
I'm trying to figure out how history happened.
Same as each moment that passes, I imagine.
You trying to figure out if something changed, if he left? Marcus, quick! Order the blood fountain. Who is it? Who's the leader?
s2ep50.
Cool. Okay.
Is this a quiz or?
It was.
Yes.
You passed.
They haven't.
What was the bloodletting?
For some. It was a failed coup attempt, we think. The Order of the Blood Fountain forces crashed into city gates, attempting to attack high-ranking Circle of Steel officials, and many of them were thrown back.
So not a whole bunch of people were. Not a whole lot of people were killed?
Well, a number of them, of course, were. It was a violent escapade, but...
Of Circle of Steel members.
Families.
Well, most of the Order did not breach the interior gates of any of our strongholds. We did lose a number of Circle of Steel soldiers, especially during the Retribution War, but I'm sorry, I don't understand. Are you
Where
looking for a
was-
specific number of
where-
casualties? Or?
No. Where
Yes.
did your father... Oh, yeah, there you go.
I don't know. 70? 80 maybe?
Mira sits down.
It might have been 100. It was considered a significant event.
Where did your father defeat Desper? Did your father defeat Desper?
If you are of a mind to play games and jokes, I will confess I
Listen,
don't
we've
find
had a
it
lot of
very
magic
amusing.
happen with us. We had a whole magic thing happen, and the timeline changed, and we're trying to figure out how much changed from what we remember, because our memories haven't altered. So if you could just answer the question. Is your father alive? Like, you're acting like he's not?
My father took Circle of Steel forces to charge through Dragon Pass. A small skirmish ensued under ambush of Desper's forces, and my father was slain in the Maglaces Mountains.
I'm so sorry. I really liked him.
Yes. Yes, he was, from what I'm given to
So who-
understand, a good man.
So,
This is
Who's
all a
ruling
lot
the
of
kingdom?
brand new news to us.
I'm sorry.
Are you king then?
No, my mother Skadi
Or is
is
your-
currently ruler of Curan'Sol.
Are you first
time-
in line, or is your brother?
Yeah, the lava dog. Did he die too? Did it die?
I would refrain
Did they
from
die?
using that descriptor around my mother, but
Dog?
Is his name.
is not considered in contention for rule.
I
But he's
wasn't
alive.
Sure how that would work. So
Yes, of course he is alive.
Are my parents alive? Are we here to save...
I don't know your
Is any of the
parents.
stuff we're doing... You don't know my parents?
No.
you know General Andreas?
Oh, why would he know who you? Why would any? They know? Why would he
Yes.
know who your
He
parents
said
are?
that he knew who my parents were before.
Of course I know General Andreas.
Is he alive? Is he missing?
I believe he was laid down next to my father after the battle. His body was never recovered, so we are unsure, but
Why
Great.
are we here?
That's great news.
Is it?
Well, yeah, we're gonna get. That's what
Well, hold on.
what we're doing.
Why did we say we were coming here?
Echo had some personal business to address and said you were all looking for something, correct?
Something or someone?
Well, both, perhaps. You requested my help, and do you not remember?
In our timeline, things are very different. I'm gonna sit down and go through my notebook and see if I can read any of the passages of what I've been writing down. And
You see him
because
reach
I've been
behind,
taking notes
grabs
since
a
the
small
last timeline
satchel,
change.
grabs a small satchel, and opens it up, kind of pulls out a leather disc attached to a cord and a glass dagger. You said, in exchange, if I helped you, you would help me recover one of our missing war heroes. Is this not the
Who?
case?
I mean, yeah, we'll help you out.
What?
But who?
Which missing war hero?
Lieutenant Mostro. Renessa Mostro.
Fuck! Mirth yells into his hands.
He's alive?
We hope
Possibly?
so. You led me to believe you had far more information about this coming into this than you seem to now, all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, I'm a good liar.
I'm gonna reach in my...
So, in our timeline, things are very different. Okay, so we just need to get caught up to what the situation is. Very exciting, very sad, very exciting, very sad. All of these things are happening. Let me read to see if it's in here.
You see Walker kind of look over at Marcus. Now, I like your friends. And just continuing to kind of drive slowly forward.
I'm going to cast Sending.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send a message to... Shit. Do I get the feeling that it's Renisser or Tauruser?
Oh, he said Renisser.
He said...
he just said Mostro.
Mostro.
And then he said Renisser Mostro.
Yeah, then he said Renisser Mostro. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good, because Mirth's brain is broken like my human brain is. So I'm going to send a message to Renisser.
Okay.
Hey, twat, if you're alive, I'm here. I'm coming to get you. If you can answer, you better fucking do it. Or make a sound, and I'll find you. It's me.
Okay.
That's it.
You sit there for only a brief moment before you get this almost kind of shooting audible noise into your ear. Would you keep it down? Do not need you blowing up everything I've worked on. Are you close? I'm still laying low.
He's not getting another message back. I don't have a spell slot to send him another message. So he's, I'm not going to blow up his spot.
Okay.
In going through my journal, is it my journal or is it current timeline L journal?
It's your journal as you remember and entered it into it.
So it doesn't have the current information of what information we might have had coming into this?
All of you individually, per Kavini's request in the exchange with foreigners, seem to be unaffected from the shift.
Okay, I have two things. One, first I want to reach in. Do I have a coin separate that I received from the prince?
Yep. All of you individually, it seems, were left out of the adjustment, picked from a place and time and dropped, as it were.
Yeah, just because that was an interaction with Marcus, so I wasn't sure if I'd still have that.
Right.
And then
Similar to an experience you're probably already reminiscing back to. A young girl
on that
casting
note, second thing I
high-level
would like
magic.
to do,
Mm-hmm.
like to grab my necklace and play with the ring and just, I don't know if this is gonna go through because of where I am, but Colt, can you hear me?
Roll percentiles.
Do it. Roll those percentiles. You get 2 times an entire campaign to roll percentiles.
I guess I don't know if it's bad or not. 34?
Okay. Odds are still really, really in the caster's favor, so you don't have to roll that high. A brief moment goes by, and you do get a message back pretty quick. Oh, hey, Don. You coming back early, or Did you need something? I can come help you if you want to, or just let me know. Making lamb chops tonight, by the way. The message ends.
So Am I supposed to be coming home tonight?
You're supposed to make cheese corals.
Yeah. You get a message back. Well, you come and go. I'm not telling you where you gotta be. I know you're busy. You're doing things. Where you go is up to you. If you want to. Sorry, I forgot. If you want to come to dinner, you can come to dinner. Would you come to dinner if you're available and you're hungry? Because if you're not hungry, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Bolt. This is gonna sound like a very strange question.
Who the fuck you think you're talking to?
But please just answer, cause shit's weird. Who do you think I am? In detail.
There's a much longer pause before receiving
the fucking trick.
This next message back.
Send me your
And
info.
eventually a much more timid Colt voice emerges in your audible receptors sort of deep within. You're Alethea Cressa. You're talented and smart and independent. You don't need no man, but you take one if you want. And you like lamb, I think, and you have a thing for earthy colors. And the message ends.
Colt. Nailed it. More questions. First, and I'm going to start by like slipping it, like first slip in like a no tone to this at all. Trying to say the next thing I'm going to say as like a, not a secret coded message, but like a, like it's safe to talk to me freely and openly. I'm trying to be like, I'm really Echo.
The line's not tapped.
Right.
Yeah.
And, well,
No circle of steel on this line.
No.
First, I've got I've got it in the place where it goes, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to use it. Yeah.
Handy with the steel.
Second, I need you to describe me further and not like, oh, you're talented, but like, oh, this is how I know her, and where are you? Where's home that you're making these lamb chops? And like, what do I do to make money? And end message.
So there's an even longer pause. You probably go a good like almost full minute before you get anything in the way of a response. And when it finally comes back in, it almost sounds like this quickly scribbled and read back type of message. Allie, I'm Colt. I am in Curan'Sol. You play things and saved me. Are you hungry? I'm making lamb. And the message ends.
I am hungry. I'll let you know if I'll be home for dinner at some time or if I'm going to need to eat something I brought with me instead. At this time, don't worry, I'll get back to you.
A little bit quicker, a little bit more organic. Yeah, take whatever time you need. You don't need no man telling you what to do, so I'll just be here with this lamb, just eating whatever. Cold out. And there's almost the immediate hesitation on each turn of phrase. Not walking on eggshells around you, but seemingly and very obviously confused.
I'll just send back. I'll see you soon. And yeah.
Oh, all right. Lamb will be ready if you're hungry. Also, lamb will be ready if you're not hungry. Maybe that's better. I'll see you when you finish with your little errand or whatever you got going on.
Ran to the store to get some cigarettes. They ain't never come back.
Copy.
And as you finish that, you feel the chariot decelerate. There is this shift in the air for a brief moment as you find yourself kind of lingering in place. At this point, the trees are kind of merging across, and you can tell that Walker has lowered the chariot downward. Moves away from the helm, walks around it, and begins moving towards the front of the chariot, kind of looks over the front. Yeah. This is it. Ugh. This place just creeps me out. Blah. Anyway. So y'all have everything you need, or what's the situation here?
There's no way to know anymore.
Can you tell us the situation?
You said you got some creepy spookies you're hunting down, right?
Yes.
They're popping up, disappearing, trying to come and go, nowhere to know where they're from. Brought you to the Feywild. Said you'd help my nephew. This kid, I tell
we're
you.
Here. We're here for the
yes.
fair heart. Is that still a thing? Like, are they still a thing? Have they been hunted down and killed already?
I mean, I told you I didn't guarantee anything, right? But this is for sure the closest thing I've seen.
What is it?
So are we right now dealing with the fair hearts, or are we saving Mostro?
What is a Mostro?
Renaissance doesn't need saving. I sent him a message. He's working on something.
And Marcus kind of grabs you by the shoulder real quickly.
What?
Lieutenant Mostro is alive?
Yeah.
Are you certain of this?
Yeah, I sent him a message. And
he responded to you?
Yeah. Did you try sending him a message? Did anybody try sending him a message?
Dozens over the course of weeks. Hundreds
well,
over
he's
the
a
course of a year.
He's a prick. He likes playing games, I guess.
But did you do it from this plane?
No. It generally still carries well across planes, but...
Well, he's alive. He's working on something. So...
At this point, you see Walker, who's kind of moved towards the front of the dragon's mouth, and he's pulled out a sword, and he's kind of fighting with one of the teeth. And kind of just sort of standing there, slashing it back and forth, seemingly to almost no effect, before putting his sword away. This is a good tooth. So do y'all need anything else? Are you good? What's the situation here?
Do you know? Go ahead.
No, I'm just realizing that your question didn't get answered of where we are and what we're here at this specific spot for. Because if it's the Fair Hearts, it's different. If we're going to meet with Renaissar, that's totally different. If we're here to go to sleep, to prepare for the Fair Hearts, that's different.
Oh, I mean, you might find them down there. I don't know. I don't think so. Probably. They wouldn't use this as a place to live. They just have their doors. I mean, assuming it's them, like I said, no guarantees.
So this is the place where the Fair Hearts doors might be.
Right. Well, here, have a look.
So this is not the place where Renaissar would be.
Over the front of the mouth.
I'll look.
And there is this thick tree coverage that seems to have dissipated at least slightly since your first entry into the Feywild. And as you peer over, it seems as if there's almost copy-pasted sections of the ground floor below that are devoid of this tree cover. And on the ground is these dilapidated barns every 100 feet or so. It seems as if some of them are destroyed and collapsed inwards. Some of them appear to have been burned away. A number of them seem to be covered or plugged with some kind of collection of rocks. So there's a few spots missing, but as wide as the eye can see, and at least probably for what appears to be several miles, there is these copy-pasted sections of barns that appear to be in these tiny little compartmentalized grids.
Fucking Sim City shit. Does it look like the barn outside of Torgos? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that seems like some weird standout stuff right there.
Yeah.
You can start poking around, maybe get a lead on something. I should also say, though, here, at least I think so, not really an expert, the ground moves. And if it wants to, the sky moves. And then if they want to, some of the trees can move.
Yeah, we saw one of those.
Yeah, and if you see a little kid, don't kick it in the chest. That's pretty much the main advice.
Who would kick a kid in the chest?
Look, I've been there. It's not my thing. I'm just saying I've seen it happen. That's all I'll say about it.
Had to have been a fucking ghost, because I don't know who would kick a kid in the chest besides a ghost kid.
Of course it was.
Oh, I thought you meant a ghost kicked a kid.
Good. No, I mean, if you see a real kid, don't kick it. If it's a ghost kid, kick that ghost kid right in the chest. Who gives a shit?
Well, okay, you know what? We all learn at our own rates. Yeah, so good to take you down, or you all set, huh?
I mean, I might want to sleep before we go get into the...
And he goes back to the helm and begins kind of like descending down towards the ground. Eventually, the chariot itself kind of lands almost with a bit of a heavier thud on the ground. All of you kind of like jostle to stay in position. Max kind of and like does the dog in a station wagon rumble as he tries to kind of secure his footing. Marcus, at this point, stands back up from having taken a seated position after realizing you were all descending. Thank you, Uncle. Yeah, well, maybe before the ground swallows this, we should put it back up off the ground a little bit, so... yeah, have fun, I guess. I don't really know what you're getting into, but...
Are you staying with us? Are you driving away with this thing?
I left my cousin back in a tree.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when we're ready to get picked up, and then...
Oh, yeah, sure.
You just come get us? Okay.
That works.
Real quick, I got a team meeting. Real quick, sorry, just one second.
Sure. Checks out. Walker kind of moves forward and begins kind of grabbing everybody. Yep, come on. You heard her?
Nope.
No.
What's up?
You're leaving. You're not a part of the team right now. This is
I mean, I can
strike
still be
team.
part of the team.
You're part of a team, but this is the alternate timeline team.
And directly behind him, you see Letus kind of almost hesitant to like tap on Walker's shoulder, kind of.
Who?
Marcus?
Or
Who?
sorry, Marcus. Yeah, hesitant to tap on Walker's shoulder. Uncle, maybe if you just stay with the chariot, that would be the ideal. You see him kind of like pull his hands back. I'll stay with the chariot. Good thinking. Okay.
So,
And kind of awkwardly just walks away quickly as you see Marcus like slowly and sheepishly step forward, like alternate timeline team, right?
Echo,
Yes.
are you
Sure.
okay?
yeah, sure.
Sure.
So
Yes. We're a team.
I don't have time right at this exact moment as they're trying to get back to the tree cousin sister person.
Yes,
thing.
you said you were in a hurry, so
Right. But so I don't have time to unpack everything that ties to what I'm about to say. But right now we have a puppy.
yes.
Do we want to bring this puppy with us? Or leave the puppy with the
Is it a concealed
those
beast?
who seem to think very differently than us? And I don't mean alternate timeline. I think just their logic is very different than ours.
I'm gonna pick up Max and cast Identify.
No magical semblance, it would seem.
I think he's just a regular old dog.
So like Kavini's not in there at all.
Correct.
There's
Max.
Yeah, but if you get
Bark
turned
if you're
into...
actually Kavini.
Just kind of
Yeah.
continues to hold his paws up.
He's like a puppy.
I don't
So
think we should abandon it.
no, I'm not thinking abandon it at all. I assume we'll, but I don't know.
I
if
still have
bringing-
Corvus.
I just don't know if bringing a puppy into the Fairheart fight plausibly is the safe for a puppy. But
We can put him in the
also-
box.
Yeah, that's a big house.
Yeah. I can
Yeah,
make a
let's
little
put him in the
puppy
box.
spot.
Okay. Yeah, no, that works. He'll be safe in the box, right?
Yeah, we could
Nothing
breathe.
will happen to the puppy.
I mean, I can probably try to go in there and check.
I just want to make sure that, like, if we put, like, the Kavapi in there, we'll be okay.
And is anybody able to fight the Fair Hearts right now?
I mean, what does I don't know what that
Mm,
question means.
I mean,
I have my
not
axe,
at full strength.
and that is it.
I took a lot of damage when I jumped off the ship,
Oh,
so
I'm still not healed up from whatever we fought
we need
last.
to rest.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm not going in right now to possibly, see the group of people who slaughtered my
So we can
entire
rest
blood
in the
family.
box, but apparently the ground eats things, and he's trying to leave on this ship. So what can we do, Marcus? Do you know if we put a box on the ground, it's gonna get eaten by the ground?
Maybe the easiest solution is just leave it with my uncle for now, where the ground eating it or it disappearing in a potential confrontation against more powerful enemies are not variables in the equation.
So we can, because we need a rest for 8 hours.
we're gonna have to sleep in one of those barns.
Well,
No, well, we can sleep in the box.
And where's the box gonna be?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out where to put it.
Up in
You're
a
gonna
tree.
have to put it in the barn. Yeah, but trees might move.
Feywild,
I'm-
man.
sure we can figure something out as an opportunity presents itself. Yes?
Can you cast one of those magical mansions?
No. So...
We need a rest. For 8 hours. What's the best place to do that? Can Walker hang out
Whatever
here
your-
for 8 hours?
Walker turns around. Like I said, I gotta go pick up my cousin, so I won't be here for a full 8 hours. We can finish our card game, though. We tend to play for a while. If that works. I mean, you'd have to shoot me a message, and then I would have to know to come back, so, like, you know. As long as you can do that, I'm sure I could be around.
Is there any trees that have, like, fat, wide tree branches that we could, like, sleep on?
I mean, a number of them are extremely sizable, so there's definitely more than enough vegetation that would provide room for a temporary slumber. Certainly not all of you in the closest of proximities, but individually, I'm sure you could easily find places somewhat close to one another.
All right. Yeah, I found a couple trees.
Okay, let's just see if any of these trees don't move. And then just...
I'm a pretty heavy
rest.
sleeper, so if a tree got up and moved while I was asleep, I probably wouldn't know it. I don't know if any of you are light sleepers.
I
feel like Echo, you're probably a very light sleeper.
Fine, but people could also rest in the box while I stay outside the box. And then that way we don't all have to be outside.
I don't care about being outside. We should get off the ship because Walker's
Bye, Walker. Thank you for the ride.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's your chariot, but sure. Yeah, it's fine.
That's
Can't
true.
you
It is.
fly
So you'll
back?
be back with it, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a lot harder, and I can't do it very often, so I'd prefer to walk around places. It's a little more convenient than you'd think.
Are you just leaving us our ship?
No. I'm gonna take it to get my cousin. I thought we'd covered that, but...
Okay. Deal. Yeah, we'll see you later. We're gonna go. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Just
And
gonna hang on to Max
Marcus
and jump
kind of
off.
tentatively begins moving towards the front as the jaws of the Dragon Maw chariot begin to open, kind of stepping over the tooth, and Walker kind of walking alongside, pulls out his sword, sort of looks at you weirdly, threateningly for a brief moment, Marith. The teeth are really strong, actually. I've been...
Chipping away at him?
Yeah. Sorry, any impulse control thing. All right.
That's fair.
Good luck. I hope you return alive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same.
Yep, my sincere wishes for continued longevity.
I hope we stay alive as well.
And we hope you stay alive and return to pick us up.
If I don't, it's not that big a deal. All right. I'll see y'all in a little bit, I guess. And he kind of quickly and awkwardly moves back towards the helm and begins kind of steering and maneuvering the vehicle just a little bit lower in place to kind of give you a little bit of a drop off. All right. Have at him or whatever. And you see Marcus kind of like take the small step over the front teeth and land on the ground. Sort of looks the extra foot or so up at the elevated chariot. I wasn't swallowed by the ground right away. It's a promising start. Yes, I think we can work with this.
Sweet.
I'll let
I
you
will
two
jump down.
go.
I jump down, holding onto Max.
Okay.
I will also jump down.
Okay. And
Okay,
Marith?
I'll jump down.
Right. So as soon as Marith exits the chariot, you see it quickly, not quite immediately, but quickly turn and begin navigating away. Almost as if he was ready to do the strip and flip and do a little Fast and Furious kind of dragon turning as you see the chariot kind of begin racing back the opposite direction. And as you're kind of immediately looking around in the surrounding area, there is vegetation that kind of comes to this abrupt stop where it still is this like collected dirt, this hard peat ground similar to what you'd experienced at least one time before. As you see this kind of large, decrepit, rundown looking barn directly in front of you, probably no more than 70 or so feet away and 100 feet in either direction, you see what appears to be another barn of nearly identical composition.
Do you think if we jumped through one of these, we would just end up in the material plane?
I have to think probably.
And then if we jumped back, we would just come right back to the Fae?
Probably. There's probably a ton of these around the world.
They might know, though. I was wondering if maybe we should just try to see if we could take a nap on the other side instead of trees that move, but we're gonna just, and I'm gonna, like, gently tap on the trunk of the nearest tree that looks like it could hold people.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me, Fae tree. Are you a sentient, movable Fae tree? I would like to, barter with you, maybe? I don't know. Chat?
The tree does not seem to offer an immediate reply.
Okay. I don't know if you can understand me, tree. Pet. You're a very strong, amazing tree. If you don't mind, my friends and I are going to climb you and take a nap in your branches. We would appreciate it if you just stayed where you're at. And if I can give anything in payment of this, I am willing to negotiate.
Make a nature check.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're doing great.
Thank you. Nature's isn't bad. It's gonna be a 16.
Okay. Then I need you to make for me a persuasion check, please.
Actually, I guess maybe I would have just hoped the tree was not a sentient tree, but I'll take this.
It's a 19.
Okay. So, as you are kind of finishing your pitch to this large tree, there is a collection of these wilting purple leaves that are massive, probably a couple feet across each, on these spindly arms that seem to drape off of one side, with the other one, the opposite side of the tree, almost kind of having much more pronounced and strong alms that seem to be holding kind of more of a bluish green. There's this cascade of green to purple that almost runs across the back of it like a gradient. The tree almost seems to shift as this large breeze kicks through the surrounding area. The leaves themselves kind of fluttering and riffling in this natural capacity. But you hear this shifting and cracking, this almost bowing and breaking as this breeze persists for the better part of about 10 seconds. and you see one of these branches almost kind of swaying back and forth before you see it come within about 10 or so feet of the ground. This angular run up to the interior of the central portion of its core structure. The wind dissipates away, the leaves stop blowing, and the lowered alm seems to remain in place.
I'm gonna make sure I don't crush Max. I'm gonna give the tree a hug. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. All right, guys. Nap time.
Climb up the tree.
I'll jump up to this thing.
I mean, the branch is what, 10 feet from us?
It's 10 feet from the ground, so probably 4 or 5 feet above you. Well, 4 or so feet, we'll say.
Yeah,
For the sake
Meredith
of
could probably
ease and
dunk.
simplicity. I mean, is it regulation or is it like playground height? Because then...
I mean, it's probably, like the basketball hoop that you fucked around with in the alley.
Yeah, okay. Like so you could run up off the garage maybe, just go off the tree trunk and double back?
It's already slanted down a little bit from...
It's been dunked on a lot by neighborhood kids.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Okay. So, with that being the case then, I'm going to have everyone who wants to scale this tree provide me an athletics check. L, you can do so at advantage. Actually, I'm going to say, because we hit a level 5 hype train earlier, right? So everybody, we're going to do, we'll say that 3 of those were advantage. We'll give you a pair of auto crits for the 100% level 5. And while you roll that, actually, I'm going to make sure we get caught up. Kim Grimm, 300 bits. Thank you for stopping by. I believe I saw it was in and out. KJ with the gift sub to Kim Grimm, who I believe is joining us for a number of months. And KJ is throwing his first, I want to say like, hey, that's a person who should get a gift sub, and then does it right there instead of making a new profile for it. Thank you for that, Cage. And then backs that up with Can You Pet the Dog? Now joining the Action Junkies. Thank you for that secondary gift sub, Cage.
Pet that dog.
Definitely not a first. Definitely not a first. Jammy Whammy. 35 months. 35 months? Holy
How many toddlers
cow.
is that, Deej?
That's like 8 toddlers, I think.
Yeah.
8 toddlers and 2 full-grown adults. It's them, Kim. A gift sub to the community, and then follows that up with a 400 and 100 for a total of 500, trying to counter the DDTs, I believe.
Hawaii 500?
Yeah, exactly. That's okay. That was better. That was better. Not gonna lie. That was better. Thank you for the bits, Cam. So what is everyone's check/situation here?
It was acrobatics or athletics?
12.
Athletics.
12. Okay. 14. Also thanks to the advantage.
Anthar 20.
Okay.
Thanks to the advantage, because it would have been 5.
Nice.
Yeah, mine was a 6.
Thank you, guys.
Meredith and Elle are able to kind of run up the tree trunk almost in this unique spin and turn type of move, grabbing onto the branch before kind of ultimately scurrying up it in this hand over hand pull up mixed with leg wrapping around the branch once you get enough room for purchase. Echo, will say, having gone third in this process, is we didn't actually do Marcus yet. Let me okay.
He's got some angel baby shit.
Yeah. So it turns out Echo was not able to get a solid grip, and I'm going to say is not far behind and seems to have the mechanism, but did not get clean enough purchase on the branch. So I'm going to say go ahead and make for me a strength saving throw as you are through the process of climbing up a portion of this branch.
You have plot armor too, right? From Hollowed?
Echo does have plot armor.
Plus
You get a
one.
+1. Thank you, Hollowed.
6?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Rolling fire tonight.
Dainty on.
Can you only use your wings once?
Ooh. Okay. So After getting off the ground and beginning to shimmy up, the collective weight of all of you kind of moving up, without maybe having focused on your spacing just quite enough, has made the end of the branch also a little bit more unstable and shaky. And rather than simply falling, having lost your grip, it almost seems as if the sort of undulating therm of the branch responding, kicking up and down, kind of casts Echo downward towards the ground to some extent. And as you fall, you find yourself propelled at such a rate, though not rocket speed, certainly enough to throw off your coordination. You hit the ground with quite a thud, taking 16 points of damage.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Damn Fey dirt.
Yeah, 556.
Spikes. Holy shit!
Yeah, 556. That was pretty rough.
Okay.
So,
right.
make for me another athletics check.
Oh,
Did Marcus
shit.
make it?
Marcus had the benefit of watching Echo's attempt and was able to avoid such a mistake by waiting for the right opportune time to jump towards the branch. Sort of watching Echo fall directly in front of him kind of helps pick you up. Are you okay?
Yeah. No.
No. It looked
You
like
wheeze?
you fell. You hit the ground extremely hard.
Yeah.
In those
Yeah.
circumstances, for future reference, I would advise trying to brace your fall in some capacity. It sort of seems like you took it in this area.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was a
Falling.
little distracted. A lot has happened in the
You
last.
should really
like,
focus. You weren't that high yet, even. It would be dangerous.
Thanks, Marcus.
I'm just trying to point out
No,
what I
yeah.
have learned. You might
Yeah,
not come
no.
from an area where there's a lot of trees, so it's something of an unusual, unfamiliar kind of activity for those who don't do it regularly. I myself grew up climbing trees in my mother's groves, so I've simply.
I grew up in the Dendros Reach.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a try then. And you see him turn and kind of run up the tree trunk and turn around and grab onto the branch and begin sort of hoisting himself up hand over hand. Not looking overtly strong while doing so, but certainly capable in the process. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me there, Echo.
Yeah, I did. At advantage again to get an 18.
Nice.
Okay. So now, perhaps more determined than ever having your lineage of the Dendros Reach called into question, Echo now with the speed and grace of an orangutan quickly scurries up the trunk of the tree, turns around, and with purpose now almost begins fighting her way in this race that only one of them knows they are running against Marcus to try and get towards the central
I can
portion
kind of
of
ape
the
up
tree.
to Marcus.
And shove his ass out the way.
So, you all eventually arrive in the crux, the sort of platformed crotch of this tree where all of these alms spread out from. And I need Echo to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Because I'm rolling so well today. This is gonna go great, you guys. This is gonna be great. Okay.
+1.
You have 1 advantage left and 2 auto crits, so
Can I still use an auto crit even though I already rolled one?
I mean,
No.
sure.
You know what? No.
Yeah.
All of my dice
Are
are
you-
in jail right now. All of them.
Okay.
Except that
Well, let's
one.
hope you
That
don't have to
one's
roll
okay.
anything
I mean,
else.
you have a lot of dice.
I know. That's the okay. So that is a 15.
15. Okay. You notice a slight, almost kind of buzzing, a tingle on the upper edge of both ears for a brief moment, a small streak of heat that seems to run from the base of your skull down a portion of your spine to your middle back. This unusual, unsettling feeling for a brief moment, but no other effect, it would seem, right away.
Part of me, I'm kind of wondering, did I want that? But okay. All right, no, I can deal with that later. Okay. Let's set up camp. We gotta talk some before we go to bed, too. Everyone.
Oh, well, I've got stories if you're interested. This one time. Oh, is that?
I meant about our other party member that's not with us right now.
Oh, what are we joining up with somebody? You said you've already contacted Renaissance, so we are to bolster our numbers before we handle.
Nope, we just
You know
lost
how
one.
we were all sad and like, hey, look, it's a dog. Do you remember us behaving that way?
Yes.
Wait, Marcus,
And-
how many people joined you on the ship? It was
From our
me,
group.
L, Echo.
Yes. There was a small halfling fellow as well. But our escape from Togos was fraught with guards trying to stop, and one of your number, I believe, was apprehended, but...
A halfling?
Yes.
Did we tell you his name?
Yes, Gilda... I'm sorry, I had only met them...
Garabant?
Yes, that was
Hope
probably
Seeker.
it.
Was it Hope
Oh,
Seeker?
yes. Garavold, yes.
That's it.
Hope Seeker is part of our group, and we left him behind?
Well, he was apprehended.
For what? What was he apprehended for?
I would presume the attempted kidnapping of the prince and/or theft of royal property. It's hard to say.
So we still broke out of the place you were keeping that thing and busted out the chariot.
Yes, I told you I would help free your companion once we returned.
Yeah, timeline. Just checking out.
I don't
Hope
know
Seeker
if it
was
was a
not
secret, because it seems as if our friend Merith here was looking to kind of keep it as quiet information, but apparently there was some reference to Garavold being adopted by all of you in some capacity, or...
Yeah, that checks out.
Something.
He's like fully an adult.
But
yeah, I
he's
thought it was strange.
adorable.
Yes.
Yeah, he's super cute, but he is super an adult. Like he is.
We adopted him.
He is my senior.
Yes.
You mean your son?
I mean, like, adults can be adopted, Spriggans.
Yeah, but I don't think they would let a younger adult adopt. Wait, what did you call me? I don't think they would let a younger adult adopt an older adult.
It's fine.
Maybe in the Dendros Reach, but I think there's some paperwork that's not even available for you to fill out if you wanted to do something like that.
I think it's more like we love him a lot because he's adorable.
Danny DeVito.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
In
Anyways,
any case,
alternate
yes.
timeline. Alternate timeline had a different partner with us.
Yes, I don't know what orphanage you found your elder halfling friend, but I could inquire.
Probably at a bastion. Nope, it's where the timeline we came from. We had a different friend with us, and he is no longer with us. So we need to.
Oh, he's still with us.
And it hurts.
That's right.
But he changed his reality, I think.
I'm sorry for your loss.
He's not our friend anymore.
Son of a bitch went back. He told me you couldn't go back.
But he told me to. And he told me I couldn't go back if I wanted to.
He told me the same thing.
Well,
he basically erased himself in order to go back, so...
Simply
technically
gone back somewhere, maybe? So...
In time.
In any event, you're intent on resting and recovering before navigating through whatever is going on over here. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. And he kind of starts digging through this very small, kind of burlappy almost travel bag. Not something you'd expect like a member of the royal family to carry, but eventually pulls out this rope that appears extremely old, kind of covered with fibrous sort of dirt ingrained within it. Pretty decrepit looking rope. And he kind of kicks off the spooling around it and begins sort of tying himself to the edge of the branch. Well, we better secure ourselves before sleep. Don't want to.
Rope gonna hold?
Out. Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Belonged to my father. And you see him kind of finish and secure the knots around him as he kind of lays back, but almost super wide-eyed stares at the rest of you as he's kind of beginning to recline, waiting to kind of get a semblance that he's doing so a little prematurely, but even still kind of seems to provide you some space, purposefully allow you to converse, talk, or carry on. But you do see him kind of looking over at the large collection of barns in this weirdly magical but wildly off-putting field that's nearby. I'm going to have everyone make a perception check for me, actually.
$14.
13.
22.
Okay. So, probably a few 100 feet away. Almost as if on one of the back-sloping portions of the roof. You see what appears to be sort of the upper portion of a humanoid face at a great distance before kind of quickly ducking back beyond the tree line, or the sight line of your view from the tree, hiding behind the roof. No details recognizable at such a range, but Marith, you quickly feel that familiar tingle on your ears before kind of hearing this. Marith? Are we ready? Are you in position? End of message.
Not ready, nor am I in position. Come to me. Let's regroup.
Okay. No immediate response?
All right.
How far away
This is
was
just
it?
Jacky. Maybe he's...
A few 100 feet.
Did it look like a mask?
Too far away to make out that kind of detail, and you didn't see it.
Oh.
I'm just gonna stare where I had seen it. I'm just gonna stare over there, and I don't have a way to communicate with it without yelling too far. So I'm just gonna stare. I'm gonna you guys, there's movement over on the roof.
Yeah, I saw it too.
And
I also just got a message from Renisser asking if I was in position and ready to go, and I don't know if I actually got a message or not. because it's been a long time since that's felt real.
Maybe he's infiltrated the Fairhearts.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
As you're continuing to work through this conversation, you hear this sort of loud rustle in the nearby area. Noticeable enough that it kind of almost swirls around you. And about a split second later, you hear Marcus go, "Ah, ow!" Begins kind of like looking around. And Meredith, as you're kind of staring at him, as soon as he looks away, you see this rock, this tiny little pebble kind of fly up and hit his head.
I think you're fine.
Team Altered Timeline, we're under attack. Everyone, wits about you.
Everybody just chill out.
You see Marcus for the first time now pull out a dagger.
Marcus, put your dagger away. Just give me a second. And I'm going to look over the edge. Preparing to have a little rock hit me in the face, but I'm going to look over the edge.
Okay. And as you begin to kind of look over, Elle and Echo, both of you see this kind of this plume of white smoke quickly, almost as if it burst through the center of the tree trunk itself, directly kind of on the heels of Meredith's feet kind of leaning over the edge. And immediately this figure kind of quickly reaches down and snatches the wineskin off of Meredith's waist as he's leaned and bent over. You've gotten slow, too. And you turn around to see Renisser with the braid down one side, hair kind of combed over, beard a little bit longer than normal, vest and clothes somewhat tattered and messed up. But there in front of you, Renisser Mostro, corking the sort of flask of wine before throwing it back. That's it? Oof. You gotta stop buying Kadesh stuff, man. Ugh.
I want to give him a little slap on the cheek to see if he's real. But make it a little too hard in case he is real.
Okay, do you want to do this? We're in a tree, Meredith. I will end you.
I sneak in for the widest smiled hug of all time and let a kiss sit on his cheek for longer than he wants.
And you basically kind of power through these like playful karate chops as he like basically tries to slap and mess with you on your way forward. And you kind of have him in one of these hugs where like you have him confined. Meredith, what's happening right now?
It gets tighter by the second.
Meredith.
And like my arms are above the shoulders and like around the neck. Like he's got my breath and lips all over his neck and his cheek area.
Gives you one of those like compulsory kind of like back pet hugs. Meredith, what's going on? Are you all right? Did you see some shit when you showed up here? Have you had a hard time?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, like, get it together, cause you're being really weird right now. Like, I saw you last week. Why you doing this?
Huge like inhale and exhale, and he's got nasty breath on the back of his neck.
You have not been my commanding officer for a long time, and if it was anybody else, I would have stabbed them. Meredith, what are you doing? Why are you drooling on me?
Hands on his cheek.
Who is this kid?
That is the prince.
Oh shit, for real?
Yes.
He kind of leans in and gives you like this forceful hug, but quickly gets in your ear. I threw rocks at his head.
Yeah, that's okay. He was gonna attack you with the dagger.
Yeah, but I would have murdered him. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you told me. I was gonna.
Yeah, he wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why are you with the prince?
Fuck. I don't know anymore. Jesus.
Well, I can tell it's you at
To
least.
find
All right.
you.
Renacer? So if you
Yeah,
saw
and
Merith,
you see Marcus kind of just holding his dagger and almost
Marcus.
wide-eyed and kind of confused, like,
Mission accomplished. Here he is. Mission accomplished.
if you saw Merith a week ago, do you know who
yes,
we
I'm
are?
curious about this as well, Meredith.
I don't know. The Fae's weird. What can I say? It feels like 7 years.
Sort of looks the two of you over.
Oh, this is L. Illyrial Seopra.
Illyrial.
And this is
Seopra.
Echo.
I can remember that. Okay, sure.
I think.
But you can call me L.
Yes. Yes. This is Echo.
Yeah, and Echo. Yeah, it's good to meet
Oh, and
both
this
of you.
is the Prince. This is Prince Marcus.
You're excellent. Anyway, wait, why are y'all here? What are you looking for?
Apparently for you.
Oh shit! Yeah. About that.
Mission accomplished. I'm glad that you got away from your captors. It just goes to show the training and tenacity that a glass dagger holds in his heart and his hands at all times.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Bring it in. I'm glad you're alive. And
Oof.
I'm glad you're alive means it feels like it actually means something and there isn't any BS there.
Make a deception check as you go in for this tight embrace.
Well, I'm going to use one of the other hype train advantages. 17.
Okay. So as Marcus kind of looks on confused, Renacer goes for like a full kind of hug back. Thanks. I was about to get jammed up real bad there for a second. And Marcus kind of unties himself from the branch, stands back up. Escaped. Held captive this whole time. Somehow stayed alive. Fought his way free. After all the victories you have won in battle, Lieutenant Mostro, this surely will be the most exciting tale to tell. And he kind of, yep, I'm gonna need you to help me figure out where I've been, but like just so we could tell him. And kind of moves back away and just gives you one of the like most overt winks you've ever seen in your life. Yep. Can't wait to return to service to the circle. I look forward to it, Your Excellency.
He's gonna need some time off. You understand this paid time off. This is a unsettling place, and it's gonna take him.
I've got a lot of wounds, Your Highness.
Quite a few
I'm
months
wounded.
to get over the turmoil he has suffered.
I can't show you. It's on the inside.
Mm-hmm. It's where the mortalest of wounds lay.
Yes, exactly.
In your heart.
And that's very,
Anyway.
very true.
How's Lily?
Great. Absolutely great.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
Mirith pops off that Rose K, goes to town on it.
You didn't put the good stuff in the skin. You knew.
And why would I?
That's my Meredith. Give me some.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him grab the bottle and begin kind of taking pulls before kind of gesturing
Go
towards
easy on it.
L and Echo. Y'all want some? Or...
No.
I'm about due for a nap, so I'm gonna be drifting off here in a bit anyway.
Same.
Oh, all right.
Meredith
We've
is
never met.
disassociated.
I mean, I don't know. I meet a lot of people. Don't take it personally. Like,
You remember.
okay. Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean any offense.
No, none taken. I feel like we've met you.
Several times in different fashions.
Yeah, like,
Oh.
or maybe.
Alternate
Well, I have that
versions.
effect on people, don't I, Meredith? Very memorable, very interesting individual, you know?
Yeah.
So, Anyway.
Very corporeal right now.
It's nice to
how's
see,
your boy
actually.
doing?
Great. Also great.
Yeah. I'm sure Tauruser's been good. Is he coming along in training and doing well, growing strong? That whole thing. I've been away for a while. I know. I'm sorry. Is he all right?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, your brother's always great.
Yeah. I mean, he's gotten a little bit more like you, a little overly cautious these days. But after how we started out, I guess that's not a huge surprise.
Oh yeah.
That would be a very interesting story to tell us.
Oh, there's not really much to it. Me and
I
Maris
love
were
stories, though.
doing some work up north and followed a bad lead, but some people set up the drop on us, but they're basically devoid of any magic or tactics, and we cut through a small ambush party, and that was my younger brother's first mission, and we ended up coming back, ran a few more. Marith got out of the game a while back now.
Was
I made
that
the
first
mistake
mission
of
like outside
signing up
Drago?
with the circle. Marith, you're not supposed to talk about old missions. That's still
It feels like a
technically
lifetime ago.
classified. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like pull out my glass digger. It's like, it's okay. I'm gonna put it back.
oh, are you on the clock again, Marith?
A little recruiting never hurt anybody.
That's false. We hurt a lot of people. But
Shit.
do you?
And Marith will say out loud, I don't know if Dylan is still dead or not. And then
What
Snap
happened to
look at-
Dylan?
It's
Different
I-
timeline. Don't worry about it.
yeah, literally
Time's
don't
weird.
literally don't know. Dylan's fine. You've seen him. He's always
I mean,
fine.
not in
Magic's
a long
happened.
time.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's fine like always.
I mean, I guess he's guaranteed 3 meals a day right now, but I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Explain. Please explain. I like stories, and I wanted to hear your version. Because
Yeah, you're much better
just not very
storyteller.
good at telling stories.
She asked
Dylan
me
got thrown in the steel dungeons years ago.
Yeah.
For doing
obviously.
what?
Shit.
Treason.
Did he go there with anyone else?
I mean, generally they take you there alone, but it was found out that Dylan and Viceroy Fenna were conspiring to set up some of our operatives in Circle of Steel formations. I don't know if he's still alive, but if he is, he's in the dungeons.
Anybody want
So
some
did we?
of this yarrow oil?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
You know what?
I
Marith, you look terrible. You look
Thank you.
literally just awful, just embarrassingly bad, if I'm being honest
Oh,
with
yeah.
you.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So for the time being, tell you what, why don't you catch some winks? Because look at you. I'm gonna catch some winks because much as I don't need the beauty sleep, I like to stay topped up,
Mm.
sort of
You feel
full
hydrated.
level, exactly. And your friends are beautiful, both of you. Don't even need the beauty sleep. You can stay up for another 100 years, but like you're acting a little weird. And
it's been
Your
a trying
Highness,
day.
whatever. Anyway, I was gonna post up in one of these barns. Do you have a branch you can spare? What's the situation right now?
Yeah, this tree is a very nice tree.
All right,
Well, or-
Marith,
We
hand me a
believe
rope,
it'll
would
be
you?
hanging out here.
Mm-hmm. What is it
Fucker,
that you
give
want?
me a rope.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Elle's got a rope. I
Trying
think
to
I used
withhold
my
all
rope.
the rope.
I think I used my rope before on a
Marith.
bridge.
Maybe
I
we
remember.
can use the rope to tie the box to the tree, and then we can all hang out in the box.
You're being weird right now. I'm gonna look here in and lay down. Just leans over to you, El. Get the bottle away from him. I don't know how long you've been here, but
just magical stuff happened. It makes perfect sense. He'll be okay. But yes, I will watch him and make sure. Also, I'm super happy to see you.
Yeah, anyways, once we get out of here, I gotta go back meet up with Torriser, and I'm sure it's probably you boys been away for a while. I'm sure Lily's probably driving you absolutely up the wall about it, so.
Where is he at?
He's training with Torriser right now, outside of Raga.
Oh, okay. That's it. Memory.
All right.
Anyways, good night.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down. It's good to see you again, Marith. What the fuck? Nice to meet the rest of you and your
nice
kingness.
to meet you too.
And you see Renaissar kind of lean back quickly and kind of begin shifting and adjusting and quickly making a pullover of some of the vest to kind of cover what appears to be a very kind of bright sunlight still coming from the same direction as it always has. And it's probably only a minute as you're all kind of confused and sitting there silently before the silence is broken with a loud snore from Renaissar. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Our first break.
I apologize. We are going to take our break.
Not here.
yeah. Somebody's got to. But thank you all so much for being with us. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we get caught up here because we had a whole hype trains pop off, if I am not mistaken. We had some old faces, some new faces, some rare faces, and I don't mean cooked. I'm talking about
blue faces
boom, popping in and out. We're going to start off by taking Doc Brown and Marty McFly, shutting them doors, and we're going to go back even further to 1983. Dead Poet, thank you so much for getting us started on that track. 100 bits. Jen is a shark, throwing down the gift sub to follow up. That's recycled support right there. That's how you keep it sustainable. Improviser with a 5 bomber. Shouts to Improviser. Absolutely holds it down as mod and touch point of many different streaming areas, if I am not mistaken. And then Mitch D recycles forward again. Gifts up to Improviser. So what is up with that? Ms. Miniekins with 200 bits kicking off the hype train. Jammy Whammy, 200 more to keep it rolling. KJ, despite the gift subs, now has finally resubscribed himself. 28 months in there like skin hair. Then follows that up with a gift sub bomb. Ifo with 200 bits. Mindy with 300. Jamie with 500. It is the escalation of love and support, and I love to see it. Miss Miniekins with a gift sub to the community. KJ with the gift sub to Hugs for Days, and I'm not gonna lie to you. We have plenty of feels, especially last episode, some decent feels to start it, and to have similar feels but the exact opposite direction. That is a random gift sub to a specified name I am very much appreciative of. Then a 5 bomb immediately after that. We're going all the way back to Marty McFly times again. Dead Poet with another 100 bits. Miss Mindykins out here no longer able to redecorate her class, I'm pretty sure, with 5 community subs. Also, real quick, Miss Mindykins, I don't know if Elle is here or not. Mergs is here, so we'll just throw Mergs in there. But Miss Mindykins, Mergs, Cage, go follow those people. Jammy Whammy Games, who I'm somehow going to rope into more FreeForge oriented stuff in the future. Also follow Jamie because she's a wonderful human being. How that hybrid took place, I could not tell you. I'm not a scientist. Fluid trying to push us over the mark with the 100 bitos, and then Mergs. Never predictable, but always consistent. 333 bits to close us out on that level 4 hype train, crushing it. Y'all are, I want to say beast mode is appropriate. Now, before we go to break though, I promised y'all something fun and interesting and special. Did I not? I don't know if I did actually. But we're going to have something special, the likes of which I almost messed up before. If you're not already part of the FreeForge platform, make sure that you go fix that. Why, Deej? Why would I do that? Well, it turns out there's benefits to being plugged in there. One of which is you're going to be the first to know about a bunch of cool new stuff coming up, including the new show coming to the FreeForge premiere on October 27th called Stay Alive. So, like, definitely check that out. But if you're curious, what is this about, Deej? I have no clue. All right, settle down. Don't ask so many questions. All shall be revealed. While we're on break, get yourself some foods or some waters or some stretches or whatever you need to do, and we'll see you back here in just a moment. Yeah.
Push the button, Deej.
Does anyone else... First discovered in the year 2014, Thiberium Exocytum was a rather exciting prospect unearthed from the long, frozen hard layer of the Siberian permafrost. It was thought to bring about a new frontier in viral therapy treatments. This, unfortunately, would prove inaccurate. Mutating inside of a host following an unfortunate incident during brain surgery, Thiberium animatus would emerge as the offspring of our hubris in trying to control the natural world. Taking over the host's nervous and limbic systems, animatus would pilot the host body as an effort to self-replicate. Using the unconventional method of reanimating dead tissue to seek out new hosts for infection, animatus has an unusually high infection rate and has thus far proven entirely lethal. At the time of this recording, I have not yet determined a root protein to develop an antivirus. Until progress can be made, if you see an individual that you suspect may be infected, it is important that you stay back, stay safe, stay alive. And welcome back. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you've gotten your Cheez-Its, and I want to say your lemon-flavored soda, because those, mix those together. I don't really know what you've got. Let me know how that works out. I want to say like Squirt and white cheddar Cheez-Its. Try that. Just let me know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing. For those
no, there's one gas station in the entire country that still sells Squirt, and they just forgot to remove it from the back room.
Well, then they're on sale probably. So with that being said, if you did not already see it, if you did not join us early to relive the push the button excitement, our one and only Fluid has put together the push the button supercut, as it were, in the Discord in the Holding Action room. So do go check that out. If you are just joining us for some reasons, do go ahead and make sure that you jump in the FreeForge to get up-to-date info on all the cool stuff we got going on, because you also probably just missed the Stay Alive sort of early release trailer, which is, I would say it would be tight that it's a world exclusive here, but it's not. It is a world exclusive to another wonderful streamer that you should go follow and invest in, wonderful Miss Mindykins, who is going to be on the cast of that as well, actually. So beyond that, make sure you're jumping in the FreeForge, meet good peeps, support, show fun times, love, connection, energy. I think is how we're going to wrap that one up. With that being the case, we're going to go ahead and jump back into the royal of new foundations and curiosities that the party finds themselves in. Seemingly the powerful, talented, and rather unique illusory magic from a one Charles Atlas Cavini being stripped from the world has had a series of rippling effects, seemingly rewriting much of Marith's history and seemingly a portion at the very least of Echo and L's as well. Long, stretching, deep-reaching effects that the party is not only coming to grips with, but also making up for lost time with a newly rejoined ally, seemingly back from the dead, and seemingly none the wiser. But just as well, the party finds themselves in pursuit of what at one time certainly felt like a dogged pursuit of Echo's psyche to rescue someone who apparently is only missing for the moment. But the party has ended up in the Feywild after following those cookie crumbs with the prince, who is more confused than they are, probably. And they find themselves strapping into a tree to bed down for the night so they can compensate for their falling a significant distance and or just being tired, I guess. Depends on who you are. The reasons vary. But we now pick up with Renisser having shattered this both long and uncomfortable, confused silence with the most carefree, slumbering snore that any of you have likely heard in quite some time. Far too loud for it to be considered tactically safe by any means or measure. And yet there you all sit, the collection of the Altered Timeline team, in the crux of a tree, high above the Feywild floor, with not the day or night in front of you, but a number of directions to pursue, we shall say. So, party redacted. What happens next?
Wait, Meredith is just somewhere else? Disassociated plus, like, somewhat completely present, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the leftover rope that Renisser has not used to attach the ravenous box Corvus, where it's still able to be opened, but it's tied securely to everything.
Okay.
Y'all want in?
Yes. Very,
No.
very, very much. Not. Someone's got to stay with Max, right?
I want some fresh air.
Okay. Are you gonna be okay out here?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna
I'm
be
gonna
okay in general now.
I hand Max over to Echo. And I give you a big ol' hug.
They're gonna squish.
And I give Meredith a big ol' hug.
All right. Yeah, willfully accepting of it. And you also get a real tight hug, like this portion of my palm, like kind of digging into like the in between your shoulder blades.
I try to squeeze you just as hard.
It works.
Of course, you have more armor.
Yeah.
Than my mostly bareback.
Yeah.
So.
Echo, as you hold Max, it still has these very definitive and quite literal puppy dog eyes, you could probably say. And as you're kind of just staring at it, you hear it say, "Thank you, CB, for resubscribing for 11 months." Go!
A long time since you've done that.
You stupid bitch.
Yep, it's been a while. It's been a while. We had to
Also,
work
hi,
it in,
CB.
okay? Art imitates life. I'm sorry.
Alright.
That is my mistake. The dog does not speak. I apologize. I was confused.
You hurt Echoes. Okay, anyways. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go sit down next with Max. Sit down next to Meredith for just a minute.
Hey, are you okay?
Oh. Huh?
Are you okay?
Oh. So Renisser's alive and back?
Yeah.
When he was like before 2 hours ago when he came back. So, like, he was, like, your guy, right? Like, he was the guy that, like, you knew you could, like, trust.
Yeah.
And, like, how did you didn't. You know what? I'm figuring it out here. How did you, like, deal with him being gone? And you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. And that was okay for me.
I don't want that to be okay for me.
And it shouldn't.
I'm gonna, like, readjust Max and, like, he was my companion, my friend, and, like, my family. And he just left.
Yeah.
I always told him I'd go wherever he went, help him get his book, whatever he needed.
Yeah, but I think you did help him go where he needed to go. He just didn't need you to come along this time. You made him strong enough to be able to go wherever he went.
Is it selfish to... What if I needed to go along?
It's not selfish.
What if I needed him for longer?
You get a L hug from the back.
Marith will sneak in, very hesitantly, so I don't want. You would get the impression that Marith is giving you a hug because he doesn't know what to do, but the hug isn't in replacement of, like, what you're feeling. It's not a comfort piece as much as you know that Marith is there for you, but it's not trying to unburden you from what you're feeling.
I just wish he would have told me he was gone. But maybe he knew. I'd try and go with her. We got a lot to deal with this. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, dampen on your, like, best day ever.
It's not my best day ever. My third best day ever. Actually, fourth best day ever.
How are the other ones?
Ambrose being born. My wedding to Lily. Waking up in the cave. And then now. Meeting you guys is fifth.
I'm gonna, like, grab his hand and, like, reach back and try and grab Elle's hand if she's still back there.
She is. She helps you reach her hand.
Elle is on you like tidbits on Elle.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I have a lot to process with this, and I know it's going to take time, and I don't think we all need to focus on it right now. We've got a big thing ahead of us, I think, maybe.
Yeah. I'm here for you just like Kavini was. Elle's here for you just like Kavini was.
I just have always had a lot of trouble trusting people. Everyone leaves. I thought we'd at least say goodbye.
Well,
I'm gonna stand up with Max and start heading towards the box.
As you begin navigating across the sort of small and relatively compacted open area where the center portion of this tree is able to be traversed is a very loose term. You see Renaissar kind of... Yeah. Oh my god. Whew. Shit. Where? Where?
Feywild?
Sorry, hang on a sec. I guess our ride's nearby, Marith?
I don't even know what that means right now.
This is too much. This is too much for one day. I gotta be honest with you.
You have no idea.
Yeah, right.
You don't even want to know the day I've had. Okay, I'm not trying to make a contest of it. Okay, but like I've had quite the day. This guy's a little he's a little fidgety, but not in a fidgety kind of way, but like he's a little weird. He's gonna help us get where we're going to deal with the thing we were talking about. You know what I mean? So
The Terrier Walker?
no.
Oh.
Look,
You said they're a little weird.
entering into the Feywild kind of messed me up quite a bit. So,
Well, he just got here. I think we have time, but like, just know he's a little weird. I'm gonna have to stay up for a bit. You might as well go ahead and try and catch some winks.
okay. Perfect.
What is this person's name?
Atlas.
Atlas?
Yeah.
Last name?
No, he just goes by Atlas. He's a sailor.
Oh,
No, don't get me wrong. He's a good guy. Like you don't need to be concerned or anything. Like
I'm gonna go through my journal to where I've done sketches and stuff like that and find a bad sketch of Kavini where you can still tell it's Kavini. I'm
okay.
gonna be like, does he look like this?
He's not that
Maybe
old.
not so rough worn.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, he's a good-looking guy.
Here,
You know?
does he have facial hair?
Most of the time, I guess. I don't know. I don't hang out with him. Like, we work together sometimes.
Does he look like... I'm gonna like go through my bag and find like a wadded up, pulled off the wall, wanted poster.
If that thing still exists.
All of our
Really?
stuff is still the same.
Does he look like this?
Where'd you get this?
Elle drew it.
Alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. What did he
This is
do?
gonna be weird, you guys.
No, that's fake. Elle drew it. I'll take that back though, please. Thank you. I'm gonna like hug Renaissar.
Oh my! What is with y'all and the hugging?
We've
And
had a
then-
trying day.
All right.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Yep.
I'm not
I
going to take a
wanna-
nap. I'm going to get a full-on regular-ass person sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, don't wake me up in 2 hours. I'm not... You're going to do me a disservice. Let me sleep for a solid 8 in the crotch of this tree. There's
Okay.
a lot of shit going on right
This
now.
is a little bit more than marathon. No, maybe the hugs aren't so bad. I guess. All right. Well,
Hugs are never bad.
Maybe you're not.
They can
Meredith.
be.
Look, just catch some winks. You know, catch some winks. I'll keep an eye out. When our ride gets here, I'll let you know, and we'll carry on from there. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Renaissar. You've been lovely.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I walk towards the box.
And he begins kind of like tiptoeing out onto an alm. At this point, you see Marcus kind of like one eye purposefully half open, sort of spying the surroundings, trying to do a bad job of pretending he's asleep.
Good night,
Hey,
Prince.
Marcus.
Sort of like is about to respond, but then resettles in like he was shifting in his sleep a bit. And
Marcus, do you know Yatir Belik or Sila?
he kind of... I'm sorry, what?
Do you
Who?
know a Yatir Belik or a Sila?
I vaguely recall the names. They are the, yes, they came to Torgos not long ago. A small, touring performance group or something to that effect, yes?
Probably. I don't know. Alternate timeline, and then I'm gonna go into the box.
Yes, we are a team.
Bye. That'd be quite the vision to see right before you go actually to sleep. This giant hand slurping you into this tiny
Yeah.
box.
Okay. So everybody eventually goes to sleep, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrangle Max and try and get him to like lay down with me, but yes.
Okay.
It's a puppy. I assume he won't.
Generally speaking, it seems almost like it's puppy size, but with sort of the mannerism and demeanor of a much elder dog, one might say.
Like
There
it acts older than it looks versus looking
Yeah,
older.
yeah. It seems pretty content to lay down and maybe actually get some winks. In a general sense, it doesn't seem like it's been overly excitable at any point in time, and seems pretty measured in how this creature is responding to most of the environment for the most part. Beyond that, there's nothing unusual about the surrounding area that puts you at ease, other than Renaissar occasionally kind of scraping a piece of bark off of one of the branches and throwing it down towards the ground, and sort of just casually trying to occupy his time while this exchange continues to take place, of him keeping watch and all of you sleeping. There's probably a portion of you to some extent, but Marith would probably notice a common habit or trait of Renaissar kind of looming over Marcus, almost in this like purposefully menacing way, before sort of walking back off again, and you kind of see Marcus catching these half-open blinks as you can probably tell that Renaissar is just amusing himself and passing time by messing with Marcus a little bit. But you all are eventually able to find and take sleep. After some time, you find yourselves drifting away, falling asleep into the strange void around you, your dreams bright and colorful. A number of memories or nightmares or perfected dreams, all kind of clashing into one another, provide a fitful but not an entirely unrestful slumber, as your awareness tries to catch up with your subconscious in what has probably been a very difficult and trying emotional day for everybody. After a brief while, Marith, you are roused from your sleep from the telltale sort of rhythmic knocking and tapping of Renaissar throwing rocks. seemingly having scaled down the tree, navigating the forest floor. And as you kind of look down, you see him looking up at you from the ground below, next to a huge mushroom that's probably about 9 feet tall, that you don't recall being there literally the moments before when you fell asleep. And he... Merritt, this place crazy. It's wild over here. Look at this mushroom. Can I eat it?
No. Rubbing my eyes. I will use the wand and cast Featherfall on myself and slowly drift down.
Okay.
I know your
magic has got tight. That was dope.
I know you're 50-50 joking about eating this, and
well,
I know that
you
would.
There's not a lot of great food, so you know.
I know, but I know that you know that it would be potentially deadly for you to eat this, but I also know inside of you is wondering what even a slice of this gigantic, fluffy mushroom would taste like, even if you had to spit it out right away.
That was uniquely accurate. Yes, exactly.
So
that.
I don't want to tell you no, but know that I'll be disappointed if you take a bite of this mushroom and I have to use my magic to bring you back. While it would make a great story.
So you're basically saying you dare me to do it?
I have never said that word to you in my entire life, and I've never needed to you. So...
Fine. It's fine.
I will slap it on the top to see how hollow it is. Like,
there's this barrel thud, kind of... This sort of elastic push to it.
See, it seems
a good
far
noise
too...
bad noise?
It sounds and feels far too thick for anyone to comfortably chew.
That's what Merritt said.
If you you son of a bitch. I personally wouldn't cut a chunk out. I'd maybe just bite it, but I wouldn't think of doing.
I'm just gonna take a little bit and I'm gonna slip it to the prince later. And we'll just try it that way. And then if he is fine, I'll try some too.
Is he cutting some from the cap or from the stem?
Just right from the stem, just this square shape. It's kind of cutting out directly. Kind of pulls it out.
Right.
You got a bag?
Not for your stolen merchandise. Did you talk to this mushroom before you cut a chunk out of it?
Talk to it?
Yeah, that was one of the first things that we did. The reason why we picked this tree is because Elle talked to the tree and it lowered a branch and brought us up.
I don't think it would mind. It seems like a fun guy.
Well, we'll see. I'm definitely not going to take a bite out of that now. Now that you cut a chunk out of its body and didn't ask first.
And he just kind of throws the chunk over his shoulder. All right.
Merritt smiles.
Well, from last update I received, and as he's saying that, you see this nearby tree begin to kind of almost vibrate and shake. And Renisser kind of looks worried for a brief moment. You see him pull out one short sword and one dagger, kind of holding them both. Is this you?
No.
And as you're watching this tree sort of vibrate and begin shaking, the ground underneath you actually begins to kind of roil and shift slightly. There is this sense of natural flow and control, but you then see the ground right at the roots of this tree begin to separate and crack as you hear this loud, almost painful splitting noise. And much like a zipper running up the center of it. You see this tree begin to stretch open. This tall chasm of this arcane blue and purple mixture seems to bleed until it turns green at the edges where the tree has split and opened up.
Oh, that shit's weird. That's
And
much weirder than that mushroom.
as you see Renisser kind of paying close attention, almost in this ready combat stance, you see him kind of drop his arms casually. Oh, God. Kind of puts his dagger and his sword away, begins walking towards the tree, and gives this figure a big hug. With sort of long, beautiful, almost naturally curled brown hair down to just above the shoulders. A bit of a dark brown sort of scruff brewing. Thick eyebrows and kind of very pointed dark eyes. Surprisingly handsome. Wearing traveler's clothes, leather vestments, and what appears to be kind of this almost padded, beautiful red tabard around the waist. The form of Atlas, or Charles Atlas Cavini as he was once known, steps forward from the tree. Oh, Rennie. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, we have, you have friends. Renisser kind of looks back. Yeah, this is my guy, Merritt. Don't worry about him. He's fine. Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he seems trustworthy.
I think so. I mean, if you have doubts, concerns...
No, not anymore. I'll walk up and hold my hand out for a handshake.
Reaches out to shake it, and you feel this kind of very strong, tight grip. Calloused inlays from the palms kind of rubbing rough against your palm as well. And as he pulls his hand away, you can see a lot of his hand has sort of the remnants of dirt, sort of layers of dead skin kind of accumulating, some little extra wear and rummaging in some of the soil itself, it seems. So
it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, it's good to meet you. You see him kind of take a step back. What's your passive perception, Marith?
13.
So he kind of steps back towards Renisser, and you sort of see him cover the immediate declaration with a part of his hand, trying to whisper away to Renisser, though you do happen to catch a hint. And as he leans into Renisser, is this guy a fucking cop, or what's going on here?
Oh yeah.
He's like, no. He's good. He used to. He's old steel. Like, he's got a different way about him. All right. You do work with Circle, their friend?
Yes. In the loosest of sense, I work for the church, I think. I don't know. Shit's weird now.
Alice turns and kind of looks at Renisser. Renisser,
I'm not for everybody.
It's nothing personal. You put me on edge a little bit at first.
Sure.
Maybe it'll take some time.
Yeah, it'll probably take you a while.
Anyway, you still looking for a ride, or what's going on here?
Yes, I think.
Renisser kind of looks at you expectantly.
Yeah, yeah.
We're still doing this, right? Took a lot of legwork to set up. You're not gonna bail on me now.
Yeah. What the fuck is it are we doing? Because I got here yesterday and shit has fucking broke me. So I just need you to tell me plainly what it is that we're doing, because
you didn't read the briefing.
I didn't read
all
the
that
briefing.
Time on the briefing and you didn't read it.
You never spend time on the briefing.
I do now. That's my thing now, Marith. I'm organized, okay? I've retired from that cavalier stuff. And Atlas kind of leans over like, I didn't read the briefing either. It's fine.
See? It's because you don't know how to spell that great. That's why. There, I said it. It's been 7 years, okay? You can't spell for shit.
I've been working very hard, Marith.
I can't write in cursive and you can't spell. Okay, it's why we make such a good team. No offense, Atlas. You're out of this situation.
So it's come to this, Marith, has it? Okay. Yeah. Atlas, open your fucking tree. Let's get this over with, okay? Apparently someone is withholding painful secrets. Trust
you don't even know how to spell secrets. You spelled briefing wrong. You spelled BREEFEEING. You beautiful son of a bitch. Sorry, Atlas. I don't mean to curse in front of strangers, but holy shit, Renaissar, you can't spell for shit.
That shit's fine.
Okay, that's why I love you so much, because you pass it to me, I proofread it. Torso has to rewrite it because I can't write in cursive.
You did read the contract we signed, right? And you see Renaissar kind of look over. You see what you do, Marith? You see this? You're messing with my business now. Okay? You're messing with my business. The deal is, I do the scouting. I find the location. Your friend gets her friend. I get the head. I collect a bounty. And if you help, I break you off a piece, and then you go do whatever it is you're going to do to live your happy little life, because you're learning how to like leather work now.
Okay.
You got weird, dude.
You know what? Leather's good for everybody, okay? It's good for the entire environment. Okay? You ever feel soft leather?
I mean, probably not for the animals.
On your legs? Okay? What about your butt cheeks? What about you, Atlas? You ever feel the softest leather of all time rub against your butt cheeks when you're trying to do work?
Nope, nothing but the breeze down there.
That's right. So nobody what? Okay, listen, Renaissar, don't talk shit. I'll make
Windy
you something.
City, the Lone Spire.
I'll make you something divine out of leather, and you're not going to talk shit about leather ever again. Okay, I'll make it for you, homemade.
Marith,
because I love you.
And you see him kind of stop and look over at Atlas for a moment. Did you? You said, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah. Oh, let me know if this could help you at all. Either Alice, what is it that you're doing? Are you just the driver?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, sure.
You're not a fucking cop, are you?
Kind of looks over Renaissance. Something's not on the level about this dude. Okay,
yeah.
He's hiding shit from somebody.
Yeah, I am. And I take the mask that I pulled off the Fairheart that I killed in the street. Can you do something with this? Can you use this shit to infiltrate and do all your good shit? Will this help you at all?
Who are you handing this over to?
Renaissar.
Oh, so he kind of grabs it and looks at it, and I mean, we're gonna try, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I gotta get my friends.
Well, you get to rescue yours. We get to rescue ours. Again, the money's mine. Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the money. Who is it that you're rescuing?
We're here to get Kalia.
Fuck! Should have read the memo.
Briefing.
I should have read the briefing.
Maybe if you weren't so focused on, you know what? I'm not gonna
just spell a memo next time. You can spell it. I want to walk up to the tree, and I want to rub the tree. Hey tree, can you please lower yourself down to me to bring me back up to my friends so we can get out of your crotch? Please.
Make a nature check.
Oh yeah, big time. Auto crit. Fuck it. Auto crit. I want up. And out of this situation.
Make a persuasion check then, please.
Auto crit. We get 2 of these bitches. Fuck it. I want up and away from fucking Renaissance and Atlas right now.
So, as you feel this breeze begin to pick up, the branch that is still somewhat lowered actually almost animates like a full-on arm and provides this carriage-like sort of hospital bed type thicket that wraps around and almost kind of scoops you up like a catapult that's going to launch you over before sort of gently setting you off right in the middle of the tree among your sleeping companions. And from down on the ground, there's no way he's a cop. There's no way. He couldn't do that. Renaissance, you told me he wasn't a cop, but then he was, and then he's not again. And you start to see them like arguing and sort of bickering back and forth down at the ground below.
All right, I will slowly. Well, not so. I will gently, kind of. Shit. Who slept in the box?
Elle and Echo, I believe.
And Max.
Okay. And is that dangling from a rope or is that up in the tree area?
Secured to the tree, yeah.
Okay, I will gently nudge the prince.
Is it morning already?
It's time for you to wake up. I don't think it's really
like
morning or not.
Time has passed at all.
Yeah, our ride is here. So
we have a ride? Where's my uncle?
Yeah. Your uncle is somewhere else. We have a completely different ride. This guy's name is Atlas. He's a sailor. He showed up in between a tree. Just collect yourself. I'm sorry. I'm not usually a morning person to this extent, but I just got into it down at the floor level with someone that to me was dead for 7 years. I'm sorry to put this on you this early in the morning. I wish I could give you some coffee or tea or whatever it is that you normally eat in your fucking huge castle. Good for you, by the way. I believe in you 100,000%. You're going to do great things.
Yeah.
Probably orange juice, but...
And I'm going to knock on the side of the box a couple times to see...
As you're inside the box, you feel the entirety of the interior go...
Oh shit.
This rapid seismic shift. The interior not yet cleaned out or completely sort of tidied up from the mass collection of we'll say extraneous parts that were in there, other than some of the prestidigitation work that Elle was doing with Regulator. And you do feel this massive jostling of the interior, which almost immediately rouses you from your slumber, as it feels like the interior is nearly destabilizing with this earthquaking shove, as Meredith just kind of...
Okie dokie. I'm gonna look up from the box that I was like shoving random fabric into to make like a little doggy bed. And I'm gonna quick put like some of my tins for my mess kit and fill one with water. And like, Echo, do you have any meat? I don't think rations are good for a dog.
Oh no, it's Is in the necklace again. Put the fucking meat in there. Just give it meat.
I have jerky, but I don't think that's good for dogs either. There's a lot of spices in it.
We'll figure it out later. He's at least got some water. I'm gonna scritch Max on the head. I'll see you out there. Okay? Okay?
Yep.
Hug.
I'll be right up.
We'll
Out?
decompress
Up?
later. Just touch the wall. And I'll go outside and boop.
Alright, I'm gonna look down at the dog. Alright, Max. I'm gonna leave. And you can't come with.
Oh no, he's gonna get fucked up in there. Oh, shit.
I want you to try and be a good boy. Yeah, Yep, you're a boy. I remember now. Okay. I want you to be a good boy. Please don't destroy the place. This is your home too, okay? And I am going to give him some jerky.
Okay.
Please
Immediately
don't get
kind
the
of
runs
goes
from
to
that.
work on eating some of the scrap bits and doesn't seem particularly bothered by anything.
I mean, let's wait till his little intestines try and process that. But okay. We'll be back. Be good. Sorry you can't come with. Okay. I'm gonna I'll leave.
Okay.
Okay.
And as
Collect
you
the
all
box.
eventually kind of come out and find yourself in the collected center, Marcus seems to have shaken off what is a very weirdly alarming wake up alarm from Marith, who basically just went
There's
full
nothing
on
on fire!
Yeah, everything is fine.
Enjoy your day!
Is kind of standing up and waiting for you. And as you all emerge out, you hear from the ground floor a somewhat familiar voice, but a little bit of a different cadence and delivery. There is a sort of standout pronouncement to the actual way that it is delivered, but from the forest floor below you hear, are we going?
1 second.
I think it's important to note real quick too, since I think we're about to go into battle, that I definitely am not wearing my formal dress and would be wearing my leather armor.
Okay, fair enough.
That'll be tight though.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. It's gonna get a bit weirder. So there's a man down there that looks exactly like Kavini. Except he's way cooler, much less of a guard than he was when we knew him. He's not going to know who you are. It's unsettling a little bit, but it's also like kind of heartwarming.
Kavini was cooler than you gave him credit for, first of all. Very cool.
I don't think that's true. I think Kavini, to me, was one of the coolest people that I've ever met.
Well, yeah, but you said that this guy is cooler.
Yeah, so that Kavini was more cool.
Listen, you haven't met this guy yet. This guy opened a doorway and stepped out of a tree. And he's got leather on and he's glistening. His hands are rough. Like, this is Kavini out of some sort of book, like a book with this guy on the cover. He's glistening, his hair's flowing. The writer and artist of the book says McCole. I'm just spitballing here. This is just literally me. This is just prepare yourself.
Like
for,
a McCole
picture that.
Bronze. No, McCole Irons. That was her name.
Yeah. Just
that author.
Yeah, one of the best authors and illustrators of all time.
Obviously.
If just don't be alarmed. It is a different version of Kavini.
It's like meeting a
But
new
it's
Renaissance.
not Kavini. Yes, but the only person familiar with this Kavini is Renaissance. For me, who was dead for the past
This is
7
wild.
years.
So, you know what? I am.
I just want
ready
you
go
to
meet
be. I just want
my
you to
Kavini Renaissance.
open yourself up to the experience, but just be aware that it is going to be an experience.
Let's do this thing.
All right. Cool, yeah, I'm ready.
And
Prince,
you
you ready?
look over to see Marcus kind of tying a rope to the branch. Yes, alternate team, ready to go. And he
Ooh, I don't
begins
like that
kind of
name.
stepping.
TAT.
He begins kind of trying to like rappel down the side of the tree from this rope. He's tied to one of the branches. and you kind of watch him disappear beyond the edge. And as Marith kind of turns around, you see this branch kind of come back up towards the platform, twisting over, again providing this sort of thicketed vine work, creating a makeshift platform that kind of almost lines up with the central interior, using one of the larger limbs to kind of ramp your way onto this thin branch woven platform of the tree's arms.
I'll make sure to take my rope and to carefully hold on to the box. And then I'm gonna gently pat the tree. You know what? You are amazing, and we really appreciate you, and you're beautiful. And thank you. I hope we meet again. Side hug.
Okay.
And like gently carry the box. Do I know if I put this box inside of Tidbit's pocket space, would it be like bag of holding in a bag of holding?
You do not know. Deej would advise you not to do that.
All right.
You're
All
the
right.
smartest one in the group now. I think you would probably know not to do some shit like that.
That's why I asked, because I assume that's what would happen. I just don't want to make the dog sick. Boromir, I'm going to hold my necklace. I'm going to put this box in my bag. If you could lend any help to this dog to not get seasick
Why don't you just
in the
take the
shaking
dog?
house, that'd be
Hey,
great.
Listen, take the dog out and see if it does anything to Atlas.
Echo? Yeah?
Maybe it runs up like it's got this.
Yeah. I mean, he's not
Connection.
gonna run away from us. It would have already if it was gonna, right?
I'll step up on the tree's lovely branch that it's using to get us down. Is the prince already down?
He's slowly making his way. He's rappelling down a
I
rope.
feel
Rainbow
bad that he's
Six?
gonna leave his rope behind. Anyway, I'll get on the bow, open the box, take out the dog, close the box, pocket it, and hang on to the dog like a football.
Okay.
No, you have to carry it a little bit.
I've got he's like on my arm, like
Yeah, you gotta
supporting his
go.
weight,
Yeah,
but like,
you gotta go under.
So he's not like this,
You
he's
said like
like,
a football. I did not think
Yeah.
that's how you like a baby.
this is how you hold an animal like a football.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you don't want to put your hand on the end. You want to make sure the end is here so you don't fumble.
Okay, so you all eventually saddle up to the thicketed platform, find yourself kind of lowered down, and as you begin
I'm just gonna try to make eye contact with Marcus the whole way down.
He could sort of watches you get lowered to the ground by this moving arm, and kind of tries to like go faster as he's sort of belaying himself downward, before you're eventually deposited on the ground. The remainder portion of the branch is almost disappearing into the ground like roots as you're kind of inserted gently in this coasting progression of forward momentum, able to basically stand at a walking pace as you're kind of gently set out to carry forward. And as soon as you all hit the ground, you see Atlas kind of stop and put his hand on the side of Renisser's face, just kind of muffs him almost. He just begins moving forward towards you, El. Kind of looks at the dog for a brief second, and as you are sort of having him approach, you see his gaze beginning to shift, and he kind of pushes you out of the way as he's continuing to walk past you and goes to stand in front of Echo. Hello.
I'll put the dog down.
How are you?
Hi.
Are you coming with us this trip?
Oh no.
Does he smell familiar? Yes, I asked
sm-
that question.
I would
Smells like
say he
love.
probably does not.
Does he smell like? You said he was a sailor, right? Does he smell like salt and?
I mean, he's
Pirate?
clearly been in a forest for some time, it would seem, at the very least. So
It smells like Cool Ranch Doritos.
he's a little he's maybe a little musty, a little dirty in his appearance, kind of probably some lingering effort and sweat on the heels of a couple days of whatever this current navigation task might be. But he kind of walks up to you. I'm Atlas. And sort of sticks his hand out to shake yours.
I'm Echo.
And as you like reach to shake his hand, he kind of turns it sideways and gives a kiss on the back of it. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
I give Elle a little elbow nudge.
So anyway, well, where are you from? You're from around well, probably not here, huh?
Nope, never been here before.
Sure. Yeah. What do you do when you're not here?
That's a tough question to answer.
All right, well, you know, we'll get to know each other on the road.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least for right now. It was Echo, right?
Yes, Echo.
Echo. Well, I promise, until you get where you're going, I'll go where you go.
I'm like literally split 50% totally creeped out and like 50%.
Uh-huh.
So maybe
Well, we're
Little
going to
okay.
kill some bad guys. You gonna join us for that?
well, yeah. I mean, that's like one of my favorite things to do. So, tell you what, the spell to get us there is rather advanced. Pretty high level magic, actually. If you'd like,
powerful
I can...
magic.
Jesus.
Oh well, you know, it is not. I would say it's not novice magic, Echo. You know, pretty advanced.
I'm gonna just shove Max at him. Do you like my dog? And I'll be like, put it in his arm so he has to take it.
I'm not really a dog person.
That's too bad because that's Echo's dog too.
But you know, it's a cute pup.
Right? His name is
Max.
Max.
Strong name.
Twinsies.
Okay.
You can set him down on the ground whenever you're ready.
Sure, I knew that. And Atlas bends down, lets Max loose. All right. Well, like I'm gonna.
My name's Illyrial Siofra, but you can call me Elle.
Nice to meet you.
Sure.
And you met Meredith?
Yeah, the cop.
No.
Mm.
Did you
This is so
meet
weird.
Meredith?
He's got a little bit of a cop vibe. That's all I'll say. A little bit of a cop vibe.
Okay, big brother / cop vibe. Okay, you're fucking around with my sisters. Okay, that's in Meredith's brain. But you see Meredith going,
you know, I don't think he likes me very much, at the very least, you know. I think we didn't get off on the right foot or something.
Oh. Well, show us this tree.
Well, I mean, it's any tree. Echo, do you want to see it up close? I can show you how the pathway is opened.
fucking A.
You know what, Atlas? I would love to.
Well, come with me here. I'll get us going. Is everybody ready? Because me and Echo are about to go ahead and
We're
get
all
on.
about to.
Right.
That's what you.
Right, but we're at the vanguard of this new adventure, this exciting foray into a world beyond. We'll be at the.
I mean, I don't know how excited I am to go fight the Fairhearts.
You know, that's probably fair.
Especially, after they ate my whole family.
All right.
I'm ready to step right through there if everybody else is ready.
I'm just saying, maybe not the right, like the vibe should be maybe.
No, I understand.
Business.
That's my fault. My fault. And just don't even worry, because I will protect you.
Dude,
I appreciate that.
She doesn't need protecting. Do you know how badass this chick is? Like, I have these weird feelings of both love and I want to, like, smack you a little bit. Like, I don't know how to...
All right, well, moving
Listen,
on.
Atlas, this is nothing against you. It's just sweltering out here, and I'm building up a layer of sports gloss that I'm not prepared to sit on my body anymore.
Okay.
I would like to just...
All right. It sounds like you have a whole situation going on right now.
Yeah.
I also lost my best friend yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did that make you feel? Is there anything I can do to help you, or?
Yes. Help us go find my dad. He's with the Fairhearts. We have to go kill them.
Your dad.
I mean, not
looks
by
back
blood,
over at
yeah.
Renisser. Her dad. All right. Let's go. And you see him turn and begin to kind of march back towards the tree, and immediately kind of sticks the tips of his fingers into the dirt, kind of driving them straight down, where this sort of bleed of green and black energy begins emitting out from the center of these puncturing points. You eventually see them kind of crawling up the tree that you had just crawled down. As Marcus is seeing this kind of like 3/4 of the way down, begins to like try and scurry and hurry once more, trying to descend from this tall tree. And again, the zipper in the tree kind of opens up, starting now with the green and immediately segueing to this blue and purple arcane energy that seems to create this portal within. Well, I believe that's it. Echo, would you like to go first?
Follow you? I would.
Rennie.
Or do I have to go?
No. Of course not. Of course not. Echo.
Did you just like want to watch me walk through?
No. It's nothing like that. I wanted to make sure we were in the right place, so I wanted a second view to confirm that we were in the right place. Rennie, go ahead.
Nope, that's a good call, and I'll go through.
He kind of watches you walk by as you see Rennie sort of run to kind of catch up, and as you step through, the air goes from a unique stillness to a biting chill. You hear wind beginning to pick up as swoop around you. You see mountains directly in front of you in darkness. But it's quickly accompanied by a very standout and pronounced feature. There appears to be a cave. Very overt, maybe naturally formed, but eventually carved out where the mouth is widened on purpose. And directly above it, almost nestled into the mountain face above it, a collection of stones, very, very obviously purposefully placed there. No other ones around it in the area. Nothing else that stands out to you as being unique or consistent with the surrounding terrain. And these white stones amass to form what appears to be a mask that sits above the cave. The cave itself forming the mouth for what would be a head with this bouldering mask that sits directly above it. At the outside of the cave, you see two torches probably only about 50 or so feet away, both of them unlit, seemingly expended. And as the rest of the party seemingly navigates their way through, you see Atlas kind of quickly turn to Renacer and slap him on the chest. Told you I'd get us here. Yeah, that's it. I tracked him here. This cave is familiar. Newly formed. Turns out that we smoked him out of a hideaway we didn't even realize before, Merrick. The Fairhearts, they're not, they don't live here. They're made. The Fairhearts are the boogeymen of fairy tales for a reason. A political tool of hags and witches. Bred with the thirst and hunger, and set loose upon anybody that the conjurer wants gone.
I'm sorry. I have music playing in my head, as I often do when... Conjured by who?
Hags and witches.
Whenever they want someone gone.
Sometimes for personal reason and sometimes for coin.
I'm gonna start trying to think back to any hag interaction I had as a young child.
None that you would probably have stand out to you immediately?
Hey?
It's gotta be one of their last few. I'm not intent on saving the day. We got a whole nother team dedicated just to hunting these types. They're dealing with a lot of stuff up north right now, but I told them to leave this one for us.
Why this one? Is it the one you found?
It's got personal reasons for all of us, I suppose, right? Isn't that right, Merritt?
I look confusingly at Renacer.
They got one of ours.
Who?
What do you think they make these Fairhearts out of?
Yeah, but who? Who do they have? Oh, Kalia. Shit's weird, man. I'm sorry. I very much. Yes, I very much apologize.
It's all right. Look.
Do they turn people into?
Or do they take pieces from the people and stitch them together?
I didn't get a book on it. I don't know.
We've got a box. Maybe
you know
maybe they'll trade.
Every book on it, and it's not in there. So
maybe they'll trade. We've got a whole box full of these parts, right? You're literally.
No.
I mean, they don't seem like the trading type, Meredith. I'll be honest with you.
Let's just kill them all.
And Atlas kind of chirps up for the first time. I think that's a good idea. You see Renacer kind of look sideways at Atlas. Look, we can lay it out to play it out. We can go in there fast and loose. We'll figure it out and see what happens. And what's the worst that could happen?
A lot. I've at least 100 scenarios in my head right now. So let's not say those kind of things.
Right, but you brought 3 glass daggers plus me. That's like 3.5. Like, I put on a little weight, but, like, I'm still good, okay? Like, Meredith, I still got it, you okay? Like, you know I still got it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me have that mask back, just in case.
I have another one.
No, we'll keep it. You guys are smart enough that you can use a mask in all types of interesting ways. Thank you. I'll give that mask to Echo.
That I'm gonna open up my bag again and like thinking Kalia's down there. Is Andy down there? I don't even know if Fairheart still have Andy, but I'm going to pull out the spell scroll that Kavini gave me for find the path, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to use it to see if Andy is within 1,000.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, please.
Auto crit.
Yeah, we got to use them.
So, as you finish casting the spell, you see the strips and pieces of parchment begin to tear in on themselves, almost as if the spell itself has failed. And then you begin to hear these roiling whispers begin to fill your mind as you see the different pieces and components of this arcane paper beginning to line up quickly, racing forward. This stripe of parchment almost ignites in a flurry, and this 10-foot long strand quickly becomes this radiant, small concentrated ray that you then see snake down the small valley rockway, disappearing out of sight before you see it again emerge on the cliff face beyond before crawling into the mouth of the cave.
Guys. Okay. Andy's here.
You know big magic too. Okay. All right.
Shit. Plan still stands. We get Andy.
We get Kalia.
I want to take. How long ago was Kalia taken?
I mean, I don't know. She's been missing a while, but we drop out of contact a lot. Like, that's how we operate.
And you guys know the name of the person that we're here for?
It was some tin hat, right?
What's the name though?
Yeah,
Just
just
to
a rounder.
verify.
We're here for a rounder.
And he's been missing since that battle? I want to take her hand. Given the time length and the way that spell reacted, just hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
That's what I've been doing for.
And I am here for you. Okay. And we can lay waste to all of these guys and whoever made them. I'm saying that, me. Okay?
Because Al just agreed to like kill a bunch of people.
I feel very
she's
warm in my chest. I think it's fury.
It's also fear.
Maybe
Oh yeah,
violent.
no, I'm comfortable with fear. I know that feeling.
No, it's a different kind of fear.
Rage? Is that what you said? Yeah.
It's a
'Cause if
a fear
my thought
of you
is right-
changing.
Hey, Marith.
Yes,
I know we're about to go fight.
I'm always ready
They-
to fight.
Huh?
I'm always ready to fight.
But. Or someone have the ability to just send a message.
Yes.
Will you just tell him to be ready?
Is that it?
And
There's a chance he's never received any of my messages in the past.
tell him it's from.
And there's a chance he's not himself.
I know. I want to see what he says back. But tell him it's from Allie. Tell him, don't even say we're here. Say Allie's here.
You ready?
Ready?
But
Or do you want me to just say Allie's here? And he'll know what that means. Okay. I will cast Sending. And I will send a message to General Andreas. And the message says, Allie's here. Prepare yourself. That's it. Shit, wait. This is Jones trying to think back of what... Kira, help me personally remember if you two had like a saying that, because he told you on the last message that I sent to him that he said just run or whatever. But is there any like specific like code that you would okay, then that's it.
But I mean, like, you could tell him like her shirt's tucked in, or
yeah, but you would have to tell Marith to say that because Marith wouldn't know.
Yes, I guess. No, and I wouldn't even think to in this moment.
Okay, then I don't see.
Echo would not think, hey, code.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it, Deej.
So you send the message and do not immediately receive a response. Echo, please make a wisdom saving throw.
I am going to choose to fail.
Okay. As you find yourself staring at the mouth of this cave, there is this formation that begins to emerge at the end of the rock that leads into the ravine as you see Marith finish the message before stepping forward. Atlas kind of sheepishly moves up a little bit. Elle kind of takes a place directly beside you. Renisser pulls out the short sword and dagger and begins flipping the dagger in the air as he comes and stands next to Marith. Leans into you. I think things are about to get really, really fun.
Or gross.
I can do gross.
Kind of dig my fingers into the earth to get a sense of how the earth sticks to my skin and how it feels in this area and kind of what the stones are going to feel like in the cave and try to create a somewhat of a connection with the earth here, just in case I've got to do a lot of pulling or putting back in.
And as you are preparing yourself for this sort of ingress, Echo, you feel this buzz surround your head. Almost this painful rupture for a brief moment that you find yourself trying to embrace. Looking to almost give into it to some extent. Your mind is immediately filled with this grotesque laughter that almost bounces around the inside of your brain. And you begin to hear this rumble from a distance. The stones directly above the cave face begin to shake as you see some of these white stones roll on the dark black mountainside, falling down into the nearby crevasse below. And from the interior mouth of the cave, you see a figure beginning to emerge. Almost this pure albino-esque humanoid, devoid of anything that includes features or some defined physicality. This almost nearly amorphous androgynous humanoid form of some kind of soft white looks out across at the collection of you standing on this cliff face. You see the figure turn around, immediately looking back into the mouth of the cave, and hear this. And creatures similar to before, having emerged from the submergence hole below the barn, begin to pour out past the figure. Small gremlin-like creatures flooding and charging at you from the distance of the cliffside beyond. And that's where we're going to go ahead and leave it this week.
Okay, trying to stay alive. Okay, does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar to anybody?
Pow 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 pow.
Bam! Push the button.
So yeah.
Yes. Sounds fucking tight.
I want to translate that so bad.
I mean, you definitely can. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hey, for everybody who has like been hanging and banging with us tonight, thank you all so much for the time, the investment, the love, the energy, the support and investment in the journey thus far. We are continuing to move fast and hard through the wonderful, awesome, unique, amazing, beautiful, ugly, roiling chaos that is what happens next, I suppose. So to that effect, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. You're probably already aware of this. We are going to be back same time, same place on the next week's. And that is to say, right here, 7 p.m. CST, 8 p.m. Eastern. I want to say it's 5 p.m. Pacific. Is that correct? Is that the difference? I'm not sure. I don't know how it works. Not important.
It's an hour to the east and 2 hours to the west.
Yeah, so I nailed it. Cage does all my time zone conversions anyway, so it's not important.
Where it is in Canada or Mexico or everywhere else, that's Kira.
Yep,
she
exactly.
By heart.
So we are going to get out for the time being. We will be back next week. If you're not already, please make sure you hit up the Free Forge to stay up to date on literally a bunch of cool things. Also, literally, hopefully a bunch of cool opportunities for you. Because we are looking to cultivate, develop, and bring our community to the forefront. And maybe you fill this time slot, okay, when Holding Action wraps up. And you're like, hey, you know what I got going on Friday nights? Whatever the thing you bring to the Free Forge, I don't know what it is yet. You gotta join and then tell, and then that's how that works. So
and then you have to wait for applications to open up again.
It's a process, but like we're committed to the process. So we have a wonderful, awesome, amazing team making it happen. And we'll be picking up from, I want to say, Redacted pushing past an army of little gremlin
anymore.
monsters.
We lost Mike. We're clearly like Curan'Sol's alternate
though?
Kingsman now.
Right? Did you though?
We're AT&T now. Alternate timeline team.
AT&T.
I mean, mine was CAK.
CAC?
Either way, we are going to be back and figuring out whatever our acronymed party will do to. They'll have to. You can figure out a new name if you want to do that. But we will be
Redacted alternate timeline. Rat.
She thinks she's so cool, right? Like,
Rat Squad.
We're gonna get up out of here. Thank you all so much for the love and support, and hopefully we will see you next week. Until I see you next time. Party on.
Push the button, Deej.
You're not gonna start
Smash
that, are you?
it.
You're not gonna
Squish
start.
it. Push it. Smush it. Smash it. Slash it. Bash it. Crash it. Stick your tongue on it. Lick it. Smush that button.
Don't like it.
Kavini out of some sort of book, like a book with this guy on the cover. He's glistening, his hair's flowing. The writer and artist of the book says McCole. I'm just spitballing here. This is just literally me. This is just prepare yourself